All right, guys, welcome back for another edition of Nighttime. But just quickly before we get in, we've got a little present we got from when we were in New Zealand. It's a little hamster. Everyone that watches the show knows our little, what do you call him? What would you call him? Our Janitor? Our
Sue.
Yeah, Sue, our resident janitor, as we'll call him, is says on the clapper that what is it? The
hamster spinner, but the wheel's dead.
So we got him a little hamster. So anyway, janitor, that's yours. But let's start the show. Gaz, welcome back.
We've had that much rain up our way. I'm starting to get web feet and talking like the duck.
Oh,
I thought I missed some drugs.
so did I. I thought, what do I miss?
I've got a kilo cheap.
That must be those old people that do that.
I thought he was ripping us off being Parramatta beat us. Yeah, I'll give it to you now.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
No, he's a good sport.
Nah, he is, but credit where credit's due. You were a better team. You can't take that away from me, that's for sure. And saying that, I don't use it that good. I just think we were that shit. But a win's a win.
I didn't see it, but yeah, I thought it went along them lines.
A win's a win. Hey, I'll
It's 2
take it
points.
anyway. Well, like Corey says, he'll take it any way he can. Anyway, there you beautiful crazy lady. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you?
Well, live with you, so, you know, pretty good. And,
Suck
you know.
ass.
Where are we going this weekend?
Your mum's.
Hey, Mum.
Bathurst.
Bathurst. Road trip.
To watch our reserve grade sides play.
Yeah, well, that's a bit interesting. I found. We'll get into that a little bit later. Corey.
Chunks.
How are you?
Yeah.
They're so chunky you can cuddle with.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, very
You got a
well.
haircut?
No, I haven't had one yet.
You want one?
Will be
So-
soon.
You want one?
$10,000.
No, realistically.
We'll take a couple of zeros off.
What's
the
it
end
going to
of
take for a haircut live on the first live show? And it won't be a cul-de-sac.
We hair like yours.
No, it'll end up like Chad's.
Yeah, I'll give you a mower.
Mini mo. I want to do can you do a mini mo?
How can you do a mini
I
mower?
don't know. Something small version of
Are you all
yours.
there?
No.
What end? What end?
I'm
what are
related
you
to
talking about?
I'm related to Chris.
Same as mine on the show. Or a cul-de-sac. You take the pick.
Well, I'd rather that than a cul-de-sac.
What about a cul-de-sac?
Well,
You're going to warm it for it?
yeah, not if you're putting it on my face.
Anyway, righto. So $500.
$500.
All right, we'll put it out there. So we can get the ginger cat involved with a
Right.
cul-de-sac for 500 too.
Sounds good.
Anyway, Courtney,
Hello, how are you?
cul-de-sac?
Yeah, I'll do it. I got plenty to cut off. She would too.
cold sack on you?
A cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
I get a cold sack every night. Don't worry about
Anyway,
it. Shout out to Duz.
Gaz, you get one of them too, don't you?
No comment.
Anyway, join us again on our resident lounge. We should start call it the Mark Lounge now. How are you, buddy?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Ah,
Rename it.
yeah. Well, you're a part of the show every week now. So
Does he go home or does he just stay there?
no, he stays here.
Okay.
It's a comfy spot to have.
But we still have guests on. If there's any guests out there, we were going to have one on tonight as well, but you know, with the water and stuff, fell through.
water?
Well, yeah. Anyway, but while we're there, big shout out to Chris from Shadow to Fairhall too, that has the Schmidt sauce. So it's available now. Yummy. So it's not just Kylie who gets the Schmidt sauce. You can all have a sample.
It's not mixed up in that sauce, is it?
Could be.
Is it? Is yours the same colour as that?
Anyway, moving on.
You might have to go and see a doctor if that.
NRL news brought to you by our good mates at Hip Pocket Workwear.
Jerome Hughes is set to re-sign with the Storm prior to November 1st this year. He's set to sacrifice greater potential earnings with the Perth Bears to remain loyal.
One of
love
very
that.
few.
Has he won a premiership with the Storm?
A minor.
He lost one.
No, he lost one. I just
No, did he? The minor premiers they win every year, don't they?
No, I don't think he has yet.
Was he not there in 2020?
so that'll be the driving force, I'd say, why he's staying. Because realistically, the Bears are going to throw some big money. I don't care what team or what job you do. If someone's going to pay you a substantial amount more to do that same job, you're going to, you know, I know if my boss, sorry if he's listening, but if someone else paid me double the price, or see you later.
Up the ante, you'd be gone.
You would, like, life's too short. You got to look after the family. So,
Trent Robinson says no progress has been made between the Roosters and Daly Cherry Evans joining the club in 2026. In fact, he says they're yet to even speak with his management.
oh shit.
Going the Dolphins, isn't he?
As if they have not spoke to his management.
Was that a little white lie there?
Yes.
Trent Robinson says the Roosters want to re-sign Hugo Savala long-term. Even if Daly Cherry Evans joins the club in 2026, he's definitely a Rooster through and through, and his future is here, he said.
I don't mind him. I think he's a good pot.
Oh, yeah. It needs a little bit of time, but the thing is, with Cherry Evans coming in, he'll put him under his wing.
See you later, Chad Townsend.
Yeah. I reckon Chad Townsend probably end up in Super League. I honestly don't see any NRL club. But a lot of players go to the Roosters. They think they're this super glamour club. A lot of players go to the Roosters and their form goes to garbage.
I thought he was stopgap replacement for Sam Walker, which he shouldn't be far off returning from his ACL. So there's another
Dom Young.
Yeah, in the cog. Throwing Sam Walker in the halves with.
But even Spencer Linier, to an extent, it took a while to really get going. Anyway.
Brandon Smith has been released by the Roosters and has now joined the South Sydney Rabbitohs until the end of 2027. Speaking of form slump.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. See, there's a pattern there. Look.
Making room.
But, all these players that we've mentioned, at their previous clubs, have really set the house on fire, really, to a certain extent. Even Dom Young, they go, yeah, he was a liability on the wing. Yeah, he was, but his try-scoring ability was phenomenal. He goes to Roosters, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Do we know what's happening with Dom Young?
Yeah.
Is he just sitting in limbo at the moment?
No, he's back in this week because of the Roosters got a few in Origin. I'd tell him to go jump, personally.
Yep.
Or play like garbage.
Well, that's what he's good at.
Go jump.
No, jumping.
Sure.
Wayne Bennett is reportedly interested in signing Talon May to the Rabbitohs and helping him revive his career. Talon admits he is ready to resume his career in the NRL. My mindset has changed. My beliefs have changed. I'm a whole different person now, he said.
I'm telling you, he was a gun when he played for Penrith. Now he's gone and got himself sorted and he's gone to counselling, all this. He's going to be an absolute weapon.
And not to mention to go under Wayne Banner, who has taken people who were bad boys.
True, but I just think there's probably a better... no disrespect, we all know how much of a super coach Wayne is. I just think there's a better club for Talon May out there.
The Knights.
Oh, hell yes, that too, but you know what I mean?
Under a different coach.
There's clubs where some players will thrive, and I just don't think South is that for Talon May. I could be wrong. I hopefully am, because I'm a fan of his. I like him. Yeah, I reckon maybe red and blue.
Terrell May admits his career choice preference was to become a pro gamer, but because the scene was so small in Australia, he decided to pursue a career in the NRL instead.
And he will end up with the gaming after it as well. Look at Jerome Moore. They're all into it.
Herbie Farnworth has
Beep, beep.
declared he wants to re-sign with the Dolphins and would rather play against the Perth Bears than sign with them. I'm very happy at the Dolphins. I'm sure we can get a deal done, he said. Chad Townsend's management have reportedly been offering his services to Super League clubs from 2026 onwards.
You read the form before, didn't you?
Actually, didn't know.
No, it's just a logical choice.
The Bulldogs are reportedly interested in acquiring Finu Latu before the June 30 deadline and will speak to the Dragons regarding which player they would like in return.
Interesting.
Kangaroos coach Mal Meninga has reportedly informed Peter V'landys he is interested in becoming the Perth Bears' inaugural coach.
So who becomes the Australian coach then?
Kevy Walters.
Yeah, possibly.
That's a pretty good.
Yeah, that's actually a good scenario. I reckon you're probably, well, rephrase that. I was going to say on the ball, but not yet. But I reckon you're on the mark there.
No, I only say that because Kevy Walters has also spoken about
Yeah, he
the
does.
Bears.
But if I'm the Bears, I'm sorry, I'd probably take Mal over Kevin Walters personally. But once again, I throw my good mates in there, the Walker brothers. I reckon they could bring a team. Like, their brand of football, how they play, is attacking football. Anyway.
Jerome Luai's father has explained the Get Out Clause Instagram story was only intended as a joke. It was a bit of banter between family and friends and somehow got into the hands of media, he said.
How, though? That's the problem.
Probably set to public.
Yeah, well.
Watching him like a hawk.
Yeah, true.
Benji Marshall says he's met with Luai, who declares his commitment to the Tigers.
Well, why wouldn't he? He's just signed a multi-million-dollar, unless someone can come back with some kind of bigger offer.
Bigger money.
He's not going to go anywhere. He's done everything in the game when you can think of it.
He even said his own words that came out of his mouth that everybody heard was he idolised Benji Marshall growing up.
100%. He's not going anywhere. That in itself as well, but like, he's done everything in the game. Is there anything else left in the game for Jerome Luai to do?
Win a spoon?
We got plenty. Should come to Newcastle. Could have had a few.
I don't think you'll win a spoon this year with the Tigers.
No. Newcastle say, hold my beer.
I think the Tigers are safe.
The NRL Las Vegas 2026 opener will feature Knights versus Cowboys and Dragons versus Bulldogs.
Are we going, Smitter?
Oh, I'd love to, but yeah. But I do believe someone else I know is going there, correct?
Looking at it. Trying seriously to work it out. Make a holiday of it.
It would be good. Yeah, unless there's a company out there that wants to, foot the bill for me and the crazy lady to go over in your gear, and we
What
are
about the rest of us?
we are available. Oh, you come too,
Okay.
but we are.
We're in the
available.
carry-on luggage.
I come every day.
Oh,
Next minute.
too much information.
The Broncos and Marty Tapau have reportedly agreed to part ways immediately after he liked a social media post.
Oh, I'm sorry, but this is
Oh, you
this
should have said
pisses me off something severe. I'm
what's
sorry.
giving you the Smiths.
Yeah. Oh,
All in one.
we'll get into it later. I'll save it for that. But this has just got my blood boiling this week. It's it's doing my goat in.
There was a post saying, a joke one, saying that they retracted it because he was on cocaine and driving.
Yeah. Oh mate, that's never.
It's reported Mitch Moses and his manager Isaac Moses told Channel 9 he will not appear on 100% footy if Michael Chammas is not removed from the show. Michael Chammas says he has not spoken to Moses since 2017. Everything has got to be on his terms. He's got his people in the media, and if you're not his mouthpiece, it's a one-way street. If you don't get iced out, Chammas explained.
I don't see an issue. Well, I know players have got a little band on this week as well, a few of them, and you can have maybe 1 or 2 weeks. You give a player a little bit of leeway. Say, okay, they might have a mental health issue or something going on in their family. We'll give them a break. But to go from 2017 up to what's nearly 10 years, I think that's a little bit of a bullshit call. You're there, and that media is making you that star, and your money is coming from you being in front of that media. You should. I'm not saying you have to every week, but there should be a duty of you being that $1 million player that you have to front to certain media things, to everyone. I mean, if he comes out here at Mitchell Moses and says, I've got some personal issues this week, I'm taking the ban from media, sure. But I just don't think, and I think it's coming from management. Isaac Moses.
It was targeted, right? It was just against one journalist. So he's dictating to a whole network and saying, this is who I want on here to come on. Which
You can't.
hold to ransom.
No.
But you belong to the public.
But that's what, going back again, I think it's Isaac Moses trying to control the game, which he thinks he's too big for, you can't, like, we don't like certain media personnel, but we can't go, we're not watching that again until you get rid of that person. I just think maybe you need to pull, well, yes, get fined by the NRL if you don't front up to media.
Yeah, you can.
So where is it all? Not just him, but there's others too. Latrell Mitchell's put himself on a ban. Spencer Linu has this week. which I can understand Spencer because they'll be up there in Queensland. They'll be all out for him this week.
And they might possibly get fined for it.
Mm.
Mitchell did make some remarks last year that got into trouble, so it's
Well.
wise to ban him a little bit.
But once again, where does the money go if they get fined? Well, I know where it should go. You found a new CEO of the company.
In the follow-up from last week regarding Maddie Nicholson, scans have confirmed a syndesmosis injury and a fractured fibula. He will undergo surgery and is expected to miss up to 12 weeks.
Well, syndesmosis, it's back.
But the fractured fibula, that's
Is that near the tibia?
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Manly confirmed the signing of Jamal Fogarty from 2026 onwards.
Huge signing and major loss. And I'll give Ricky Stewart credit here. He's come out and he was upset when he said, I'm sad to see the bloke go. And he goes, but, I can't offer him that kind of money, so good on him. And, he handled it well. Good on him.
Fanua Pole, because that's how it's spelled. Do they say Bole or something?
Polly.
This week, and then it's like Marty Tupu and Tapao. And the next week will be Tadpole.
What about Noah? What's his name? Sorry, Sammy Radradra.
Yeah, but, and then Papaliti, well, he was Papali. This week, Billy Smith will be Smooth. Oh, come on.
Anyway, he has reportedly undergone surgery to address an MCL injury. He has been playing through and is expected to miss the next 4 to 5 weeks.
Nasty.
The players didn't like Kevin Walters and he was maybe a softer and more of an attacking coach, and now there's Madge, who's at the other end of the scale. So who do they like? Players whinged last year and they're whinging this year. Well, what do they want? Gordon Tallis on the Broncos.
The raging bull. Good on him. I like it. He's right. He's 100% right, though. You can't, there's, is Madge the right man for the job? Well, he was a couple of weeks ago when they were winning. So,
Exactly.
some blame's got to go on the players. Maybe their nail salon and that's clashing with training.
Shut up, train, and get out
They
there
haven't
the
got
field
too
and
many.
play.
They haven't got too many injuries either.
Well, only,
Walsh and Ben Hunt.
yeah, but Hunt can't catch a ball, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's more of a attitude problem up there, or culture maybe. Like going back to, are they too big for their boots? Don't know.
The Tigers are reportedly very close to signing Kai Pearce-Paul from 2026 onwards.
There goes another one.
Another one bites the dust.
Okay, just quickly into this one. Why are we not sticking with him? Work with the bloke. We're going to be losing, realistically, Tyson Frizzell soon. He's getting on the further end of the... Although he's like a wine, getting better with age, if that's possible. But, yeah, he's a little bit lazy in defence or whatever. But that's what we have coaches for, to work with the players and make them into a better... He's going to be a good player, I think. And, we probably get him... I think we signed him on a little bit too much. But say, okay, let's meet halfway, drop you back a little bit. We'll give you a 2-year contract and let's work with you. I reckon he'll be... Yeah, he's going to be a good player.
He's playing injury-free now. He had a broken hand this year.
Yeah, and, give him a little bit of work with a defensive coach or whatever, rather than just going, you can't do this, you shit, off you go. He'll go to another club and probably...
Blitz it.
Yeah.
Adam Reynolds has reportedly told the Broncos he's willing to retire rather than create a salary cap squeeze that could force players out. They are the future of the club and deserve to be looked after first, he said.
Coaching job. That's what he'll get. Anyone else?
I'd be a good goal-kicking coach.
Well, even if he didn't, the Broncos said, oh, no, we're not going to sign you as a coach. You could be a halves coach like Andrew Johns was.
Yes.
Go to club to club to club.
James Maloney says Shane Flanagan taught him F all as his coach. I didn't learn a thing off him. Ask Flano how he felt being my assistant in 2016, he said. It's a bit cheeky.
Yeah, but
Still barbecuing alone.
but he's not the only one that seems to not really like Flano. So there's a few now. Interesting. I honestly, from what I did, so he seems alright. But
You'd imagine Kyle would get dropped this week, wouldn't you?
well, you would think
What,
so.
against the bye?
Oh, you got to buy.
What about the Dragons?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Animal welfare activist group PETA are asking the Brisbane Broncos to retire Team Bronco Buck and move away from imagery such as bucking broncos, which glorifies rodeos. They have suggested the team change the name to Brisbane Boomerangs.
Ridiculous.
I think the lack of meat in their diets are getting to them. Wait, did I say that? I must have.
How ridiculous, though. Like,
Meat in your diet.
I think they need to eat more meat. Whoopsies.
it's like the horses that they have at the out the front of the Buckingham Palace with the guards on them.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's always whinging, oh, that's so cruel. They stand there for an hour a day. And then they go back to the stables. They get very spoiled. It's the same with this horse.
Well, they just call them the donkeys.
Like, my God.
Brisbane
Had to
dog.
get rid of theirs for those complaints.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so it's good
Oh,
for
we
one.
had a horse, did we?
We
Yeah.
have another suit of armour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rocky and
Winkle.
For God's sake.
we'll see if we can get him back on the show. We actually had him on a few years back. Remember that, guys? We actually interviewed the Knights, Rocky and
Don't leave a gap. Tourette's. Bullwinkle.
I forget his name now. But anyway, he was telling us a good story on air and a few things off air as well. So interesting. But like the television cables and stuff were one of the reasons why they had to get rid of him. So what's the difference up there at Brisbane?
100%.
Good for one, it's good for another.
Do they not, because when you go to the field, they've got the things around the fence.
Yeah.
Would they not just put him around in
What,
front
through
of
the
the
crowd?
pads? No, in front of the pads.
They don't have pads right around.
It's a stampede.
See, the thing is, because, like, for example, Newcastle,
Yep.
and you see the dudes walking up and down with the TV cameras, and you see a dude drag on the cords.
Yeah.
So the horse runs out with that. Next thing you know,
Yeah.
How's it going?
Some of the games would be more exciting to watch the horse get
Well,
fallen
what do
over.
we think?
True.
Brisbane Boomerangs or?
no. But okay, why boomerangs?
Yeah, I know.
Why boomerangs?
Hit back to the indigenous.
Okay, well, why not the Mapatazzis? Brisbane
yeah.
Mapatazzis.
Oh my God, here we go again.
I haven't done any research, okay?
What do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back?
Nothing.
Stick.
A stick.
What about the Brisbane Sticks?
Pretty sure my name means boomerang.
Yeah, you keep coming back.
Crazy lady.
No, yeah, that too. Laurie Daly has confirmed Stephen Crichton has a groin injury and will need to be managed through the Origin camp.
Is he rubbing it?
Probably.
Do you want to
Yeah.
put
Will
your
you
hand
put
up
your
for
hand
the
up,
job?
are
I bet you would.
Critter?
Yeah.
Hell
good fella.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm good with my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
That was a 3-second delay there.
I won't go into it.
Riley,
Not like that.
you got to put more meat in your diet.
Yeah, back to them horse games, all right?
He rubs my head and my neck.
So does she.
Is this? Stop it. Laurie Daly says Stefano Uticamano would replace Payne Haas should something happen with the quad injury throughout Origin camp.
No. No.
Well, Payne Haas there's an injury cloud over it.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. Stefano is good, but Hamali has to come in. If there's an injury, you bring him in. Like, you want a team to go up there that's going to be physical and fierce? Yes, Stefano is, but you look at Hamali last year and he wasn't even playing. You want that kind of... If you're going out in the field, as they say, in war, in battle, is he the type of bloke you want in your corner?
I'm Ollie. Absolutely.
100%. I mean, you look at this. You got a forward rotation bench of, okay, say, Hussey's ruled out, and you go with Barney and Hamali, and then Spencer and the rest of the bench. Oh, come on. That's a pretty fierce pack to take on.
They'll probably just needle him anyway. Good on him. Out you go.
But, like, seriously, there's types of players that play Origin, and they just click, and there's like a switch, and they go mental. And Paul Harrigan was another one. And I tell you this, how do you pronounce it? Come on, pronounce it.
Tutu Kamano.
He's an animal. He is built for Origin, that bloke. He's an animal.
No, or the other one.
Oh, Homoli Olakawatu.
That's him, yeah.
And then you got the debutant Max King.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. I think Max King's going to get owned.
He's a workhorse. He's solid.
Yeah, but
The aggression,
no, I just don't think he's ready for it. No, hey, look, this is why I'm talking, and I'm not a coach, I suppose, but I just don't think he's. Oh, he's going good in, but Origin's a different beast of a thing.
Yeah.
And I just don't think he's ready for it. He should have been in the squad and just took under his wing for game one.
Remind me how Daly went as a coach in
Shit,
Origin
that's why I got rid of him.
previously.
That's why I beat him. And when he got picked again, I thought, well, surely there's someone better out there.
Yeah.
One, Danny Badiris.
Andrew Johns.
John's may do it, too much money in the media. But Danny Badiris. He showed that he can do it. He's been an assistant for years. I just don't think Laurie Daly's the right man for the job. I could be wrong, and I'll eat my words if I am.
Well, where's Badiris' influence on the Knights?
He's only the trainer,
He's only
isn't he?
trainer, yeah. Let him take the Knights for the rest of the year and watch things change. Speaking of Badiris, good bloke, isn't he?
He is. I've met him a few
Yeah,
times.
we got there the other week and the other day and we're a bit late, and he goes, I was wondering where you guys were. Good on you.
Scans have confirmed an ACL rupture for Dylan Egan. He will undergo surgery and be out for the rest of 2025.
Disappointing. I liked him.
Here's another one that's going to give someone the Schmidts. James Fisher-Harris has been charged with a Grade 2 careless high tackle. He has submitted an early guilty plea and has been suspended for 1 game.
Are you serious? But did you see the touch?
He's back 1 game and he's gone again.
It is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. To be suspended for that, we might as well put bibs on and play netball.
Yet Stephen Crichton got a $3,000 fine because of Origin.
Yeah.
And it was worse, apparently.
But he did. Oh, mate. Seriously. That isn't. I'm not just saying it because he's, a favourite of ours, but
You've drank out of his boot and all.
get the other one going, love. We'll do the other one.
No! Leave
Okay.
his germs.
Guess we're not.
Billy Slater insists Corey Horsburgh remains part of his plans. Despite missing selection in the Origin opener, only 17 players played for Queensland in Game 1, but that doesn't mean those players that missed out won't get another opportunity, he explained.
I thought he was very unlucky.
Well, in front of Trent Liero, get in front of him. Like, I've got nothing against Trent Liero, but
Supposed to be picked on form.
But I thought Horsburgh was probably playing just that tad better.
The Ginger Cats.
Melbourne Storm favouritism.
The Ginger Cat's been playing there with his skin.
That's all right.
No.
He's lost a shitload of weight, and he's playing good footy.
I'll tell you what, it must be a ginger thing. Because the actual Ginger Cat
Hey.
has lost a little bit of weight.
They're going to have to get this guy on.
Oh, Ginger Cat.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to meet
I
him.
think he's running scared, Ginger Cat.
We'll throw it out there. He's probably watching.
Shannon?
You know what he's losing weight for?
A haircut.
Extreme go-karting.
Oh, God,
Less
don't.
weight.
Oh, no, you won't hear the end of it, especially at Smitter's work.
Every day I hear it, don't you worry.
Ian Roberts has urged homosexual NRL players in the closet to come out and reveal their sexuality.
Corey?
The next male NRL player who comes out will be a effing megastar, he said. I think he's they're my words. I think he's looking at Reece Walsh and Toby Rudolph and Kalen Ponga.
What about podcast hosts?
No. Yeah, but
Jackie.
he's not in the closet.
That's true. No, there's nothing wrong
I
with
like it both ways.
I
You know
bet.
that.
But speaking of that, it just reminded me of something. Because remember Ian Roberts did a calendar?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
I remember Men of League,
I
yes.
don't remember.
Yeah.
And Andrew Eddinghausen, Greg Alexander, and a few others.
It sounds like you had it.
Laurie Daly.
Did they all have chest hair?
I can't remember from that.
Have a
I was
look when
only-
you
I was about to say,
I was only a young fella then.
You can't remember because all the pages are stuck together.
Oh.
I was only a young fella.
Doesn't matter how young you are.
Yeah, no, I was younger than that before I even was introduced to that stuff.
Yeah, but you've kept it over the years, you know.
Aren't we supposed to be doing a calendar?
You keep talking about it.
With chest hair.
I've got a mankini for Gary.
I was just going to wear my leopard skin G-string.
Oh,
Work.
you might
well, Mum-
make sure you have a shave, will you? Before
I was thinking, I thought you were going to say, have it washed.
I was going to say,
nothing-
you need a brush cutter.
There's nothing wrong with a 60s porn stash.
Moving on.
Oh, Dirk Diggler.
Merkin.
Nothing wrong with a bit of go there, eh?
Jerome Luai has declared he will improve his game and fight to get back into the New South Wales Blues team. I'm in control of the selection at the end of the day. Not really. Looking at my form and the way I have been playing, I know I can be better, he said.
Yeah, what he means is like it's up to him to prove that he can be, play better and come back. It's a good on him. He took it like him, well.
Yep.
Took it like a man.
You'd only know.
Oh.
Billy
Stop for
Slater
words.
has declared Robert Toya
Yes.
is a world-class centre. He is a top-line centre, although he is only 10 games into his NRL career, he said.
Don't agree with
Anyone
this.
else just shake their head and go, why?
He was scratching his head the other night.
Like, don't get me wrong, he's a good player. He plays NRL. He's got to be good. 10 games. And he's an Origin player. So you tell me out of all the rest of the competition, there's no one better to play that spot.
He plays for the Roosters, doesn't he?
Yeah. Like, come on.
That's not the bricklayer.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't think
but
so.
seriously,
Look,
come
he
on.
goes all right, and he was a junior.
Hey, he's a good
world
player,
class,
but
yeah.
I just don't think 10 games proves to me that you're Origin material. So then the likes of, okay, I'll just use this bloke as an example, but Kurt Mann will play centre. You can't get him right.
Pretty sure I saw somewhere today the debutants that played the less games that played for Origin or got picked for Origin. Brandy Alexander only played, I'm pretty sure it was him, 4 games when he was selected for
Yeah, but
Origin.
back that's when they had horse and cart, so that was a long time
Back
ago.
in
But
Gary's day.
Well, I think he will be targeted, and I think
Oh,
blokes
yeah.
like Spencer and that will run at him if that,
100%.
you know.
If I'm Laurie Daly, and if he doesn't do this, he shows now he's not a coach. Liam Martin, he's your man. You just run at him all night.
Yeah.
And you target him. And I'll tell you what, there's no better player in the game to target you. And if you're under pressure, then Liam Martin.
I think Liam Martin will have his eyes on Cam Munster, but yes.
Well, true, but I'm Laurie Daly. I say, don't worry about Munster. You get this bloke as well. Like,
Liam Martin could do both of them anyway.
yeah, true. He is an absolute weapon of a bloke. And not just because it's Penrith, trying to get lucky tonight, but
78th minute, he's still going like he was at the first
100%.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
100%. And if you're an Australian picker or you're starting your new club at the Bears, he'd be one of my first players I'd be after was Liam Martin.
Are you feeling all right?
Why?
Did you not hear what he said? Liam Martin could do them both.
He'd like him, no?
You let that joke slide.
You'll normally looks at me when he says things like that.
I was giving him a rest.
Tyson Frizzell has a mutual clause for the 2026 season that the Knights must activate by June 30 this year. If they decline to keep him on for another season, it's reported multiple clubs are keen to sign him for his experience.
If we don't sign him, it just shows the club has got no idea.
Yep.
Mark?
Yeah, exactly. We're letting too many good players go.
Mm.
And it's a Knights thing, right? We build them up and get them to a position and we sell them off.
But I get
Play
he's
some and then
getting older, which is, I understand that. But he's still playing unreal football. And you still need some old heads to teach the young ones. Like, just because they're old, you don't push them off to the pastures. Like, they're still performing. Look at Gaz.
But they've just spent a shitload of money on getting Dylan Brown to the club. Where's your salary cap at? What's it at now?
With them, it will be 2.7 million out of the cap already gone.
And what's the cap at the moment?
Probably 3 mil. That is increasing,
Did we
but
talk about it a couple
that's got
episodes
something-
ago?
that'll-
16.7?
That'll go incorporated
Something like
with the new TV rights deal too, won't it?
yeah, it will. But 2 players won't win your competition.
No.
No.
And I think it's also showing at Penrith now too. Like, they got rid of Fish and they got rid of this player. Fisher Harris has been one of the most influential losses to the club since Stephen Crichton.
And you're looking at sorry, Frizzell. Frizzell's done everything apart from win a premiership.
100%. And he loves the Knights. He said as a child, his dream was to play for 2 clubs, St George and the Knights.
Well, he's done that. I wish he'd come back to us.
Sit over there.
Tom needs to go back and play some good football and be confident. I've got no doubt that Tommy will be back in this arena at some point. Tom is a wonderful player, but we just felt going into Queensland for Game 1, Latrell and Critter have been outstanding. At this particular point in time, this was the best option to go with. Laurie on turbo.
Load of shit. Latrell's only been good for 2 weeks.
But even as Tommy,
10 minutes
Tommy
each time.
Turbo's but been no good as well.
Yep. Injuries.
I'm not doubting you're dead right with Latrell too. But who do you put in there? Bradman Best still hasn't been at his best either, and he's injured as well. But like, who else goes into that centre position?
One bloke that I would like to have, but he hasn't played Origin before, is Bronson Sherry.
Yeah, see, that's another one I'm still...
50-50.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be quite action-packed with Latrell in the first game. It's going to get pretty heated.
I think Latrell, Spencer, Hudson Young, and Carl like that are probably the right pick when you look at it like that. They will all back each other.
Yeah. And Hamoli from the stands.
Oh, stop it. Seriously, I hope a couple of players get the man flu or something and Hamoli gets in. I don't want to see anyone injured. Just maybe the man flu. And Hamoli comes in. Like, did you see the hit he did on Matty John's bloke? Like, that bloke is just an absolute weapon of him. Look good in red and blue. Just saying.
I just feel like Mitch Moses is in great form. I think that he and Nathan Cleary can combine well. Kicking games in Origin are important, and we've got 2 of the best kickers in the game. Having the extra kicker in the team will help, Laurie said.
100%. I agree with this one. 100%. And Mitchell Moses come out and he said he's actually excited to play outside Nathan Cleary and have someone that can actually control the team for a change, and he can just go about and do his own thing. And Moses is a left foot kicker, is that correct? Left
He's
and
a
right.
long-range kicker.
Oh,
Left
Moses
and
is right, isn't he?
Right.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Plus they have Lomax as well.
I'm sure he's...
No, we're talking about general play, not goal kicking. But yes, you're right. With
Yeah.
goal
Yeah.
kicking. That'd be.
I'm
we've got
sure
3
he's-
good goal kickers in it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they said he's left, but he kicks on the right for some reason with Parramatta. Don't quote me. I heard something, but we'll look into that. But I reckon it'll work. As long as they've, they'll have a few training sessions, and they'll know that, okay, Nathan being the halfback, he's the dominant one to control the play, but he can also sit back and go, cow noise, and they know it's Moses' turn to control. I reckon it could work well.
Mitchell's a good runner of the footy, though.
I reckon it could work real well. Like you said, they're both pretty big kickers, so you got your 40-20 options on both sides of the field as well.
Very much
Goal
so.
kicker with Lomax.
Lomax, yeah.
So you got Lomax, you got Cleary, and you got
Moses.
Moses as goal kicker.
They're going to gel really well
They're
together
all pretty
too.
deadly at goal.
That's right. And then if you want to throw another one in the mix too, you got another 2 really in
Righty.
sorry
Critter.
in Critter and
yes.
and Latrell. So
Yeah,
realistically,
well, there you
we're
go.
not short of goal kickers.
Every
No.
time I hear that name, Latrell, it reminds me of White Chicks movie. Where's Latrell? And he's out there with his nipples bopping around. He's got the whistle in his mouth. Where's Latrell?
That's not. Yes.
Blow my whistle.
Where's
Every time.
Where's Latrell?
And also, Mary Fowler was born and bred in Cairns. She's about to jump ship to New South Wales and buy a New South Wales jersey.
That's all right because Jonathan Thurston's actually born in played for the New South Wales under-19s.
Didn't
You didn't know that, did you? Jonathan Thurston, under-19s, New South Wales, State of Origin side.
And wasn't Greg Inglis?
New
Yeah,
South
he's-
Wales.
yeah.
He's from Kempsey.
Kempsey? No, yeah, somewhere up that way. That's
There's
in
a few
Queensland.
of
That's
Is
in
that where he's
Queensland.
born, but
Yes. Heard that Sterling was from Toowoomba, but
We won't hold that against him.
We still claim him.
yeah, okay.
I like the bloke.
Parramatta
got
rejects.
loads of money.
Cairns, that's in New South Wales, isn't it?
It is now.
Yeah.
I just think the others are playing better than Terrell May. All the things I'm looking for in a player, I think Max King. He's playing outstanding. Terrell is playing great, but he just obviously needs to keep knocking on the door. I'm sure at some stage his time will come.
How many doors does he need to keep knocking?
What else do you want? Like, once again, I'm not bagging Max King because he's played really well, but you ever have a look at some of the stats over the last few weeks of Terrell? Like,
Well, we've nominated him here for Player of the Round almost every week.
Oh, he's really stood out this year.
is there a case of other things?
They say they want him as they wanted an impact player, not just a general runabout workhorse.
Hmm.
So he's good. He runs 70-minute games or something, but he hasn't got that impact to come off the bench. So that's where they're coming.
Do you reckon Max King has, but?
Soon find out, won't we?
But it sounds like I'm bagging the Paul Blake, but I'm not. But if you want an impact player to come off the bench and come on and really make a statement,
yeah.
What's that?
Tamale.
Tamale, yeah.
Can you get it out? Can you say
Guacamole.
can you say Ola Kawatu?
No, holy guacamole.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
just
calling
call
it.
it
Okay,
that.
righto.
Like, you're playing for Queensland, 35 minutes into it, Hamali comes on. Oh, he's going to run at you like nothing else. And when you're running the ball, he's going to hit you like there's no tomorrow.
I wouldn't want to be tackled by him.
No, well, you would.
You would so.
No, Ian Roberts.
No Zach anymore.
Oh, well, actually.
Yeah, towards that.
Yeah.
But you get my point. Like, seriously. Like, these players, I'm not bagging them because they're all good players, but if you want someone to come on and make a statement, make an impact, who better than him and Spencer to come off the bench?
Yeah.
Like, okay, they're going to be your keeping you up, are we?
Yes.
They're going to be your two replacement props coming on. So you're going to pull off, you're going to take off Huss and Barney. You're not going to lose anything by bringing Hamoli and Spencer on. That's just my opinion. I don't know boats.
This one does.
Is that the NRL news for this week? And it was a great lot of NRL news too. But brought to you from our good mates at Hip Pocket Workwear. Got some awesome merchandise down there, our KTP Podcast gear, and I do believe I'm getting a hoodie, a zip-up hoodie, and a hat this week as well to go with my Jet Pilot jacket. So yeah, get in and have a look. They're pretty good. But we'll take a short break and we'll be back shortly. Well, welcome back, guys, and it's time for Gazbag. Gazbag, brought to you by Next Level Takeaway. So you're right over there.
Get your hand off me leg.
Oh, sorry. Had to rest it.
Dreams are free.
Why is it? Why?
Need a hand?
Obviously not.
Why is it still legal for the ball carrier to raise their forearm and target the head of the defender?
It's the NRL.
It's called a bumper.
Yeah, but if you do it to them, you.
NRL. It's rules for some, rules for the whole. I'm not getting started.
Well, this person asked a question.
We know what's giving you the
Okay.
Schmitz tonight.
Yeah, the takeaway shop.
Number 2. A yes or no. What do you think of the Origin teams, Mark?
Yes or no?
What do you think of it? Is it a good? Is it good or not? Yes or no?
Old Simon's kicking in. He left after the question.
No, that was it.
I distracted him by putting my hand on his leg.
Yes.
Apparently.
What do you think of the Origin teams? Is it good or not?
We'll find out next Wednesday night.
Yeah, it's good, but I would have had some different changes in there, put it that way. Personally.
I don't think anyone's going to be 100% happy.
The forward pack was close to what we nominated beforehand, but I would have thought Barney would have started. I would have liked him to start.
Barney is starting.
No,
Yes.
I thought Barney was on the bench. Or am I correct? Or am I wrong?
I'm pretty sure Barney's starting, isn't he? Who's the other prop? Barney and Haas.
It's King and I thought it was King and Haas.
No, it's Barney and Haas, isn't it?
Well, if I'm wrong, I stand corrected. But
Yeah, I haven't.
We'll find out shortly.
yeah,
Yeah.
You see me scroll?
Yeah, well, see,
Starting to
that's,
get giddy.
well, my thing is too, Bart,
He's somewhere.
you're going to need someone to have an impact player off the bench. Hence why, honestly, King's a great player, but I just don't think he's an impact player off the bench.
no,
Yeah,
you're right.
Payne, yeah. Say it again.
You're right.
He doesn't hear that
Say
very
it
often.
again.
One more
You're
time.
right.
Yeah. Well,
No. I asked for it in writing last week as well because I heard I was right.
From who?
I'm only married to you.
I don't recall that.
Yeah, full
Anyway,
time.
so Campbell Graham's on shadow standby for Crichton, which I would have liked Hamali in the 17.
Personally, yeah. Oh, sorry. No, once again, this is no disrespect. Well, there's another one. I probably would have, in my team, this is my team that I pick, okay? I would only make a couple of changes there. Angus Crichton, for me, is not, I don't think his form's been up there. I personally would have put Hudson Young in the starting side. Angus Crichton comes out for me, and then Hamali comes in. And that I'd be happy with that too. Even if you took Max King along with that, that's fine because you have Spencer, Hamali, and Max King. That's fine, and Connor Watson as your utility. But yeah, I personally probably would have got rid of Angus Crichton for this one.
He's got the mongrel, that's all.
Yeah, he has. But I mean, if I'm coming up against that team, if I'm Queensland, I'd rather take on Crichton than Hamali. Personally, that's just or Hudson Young in the start. Hudson Young's another one that just. It reminds me of a Clemmer too. When you cross that white line, there's a switch, and the mental just comes out. And I tell you what, I love it. I love Origin. I'll sit there, I'll yell at the TV all night. I love the
Makes a
aggression.
nice change from you yelling at me.
Oh, stop it! It never happens.
True. That's true.
You are the most gifted women I've ever met.
Gifted.
Well,
In what direction?
We won't go there. That's for a special night. That
I
one.
gift myself to you, so then you become gifted.
True.
You're trying to win brownie points.
I don't need to. It's a birthday soon.
What is the bet for this weekend, guys?
No.
Didn't even think about it.
Oh.
One of us has
Oh,
to,
I'll take it
One
on.
of us has to get in your car on the way home.
Well, that'd be okay.
Oh, I bet it would.
What are you looking at me for?
Look at his eyes light up.
Is there
Dylan and Chris.
is there a boat ramp on
It'll
the
be
way
a
home or
foursome.
something?
Yeah,
is
I'm
there?
taking. I'm bringing one back.
Awesome foursome.
What, a boat ramp?
Boat.
Yeah, we'll have to think of it. Yeah, what is that going to be? I had to wear a dress.
No, you can dress as a priest for next week's show,
And
you
hand,
and-
and, hand,
yeah.
and hand out.
and I'll dress as a nun.
What if none of us win?
We don't dress
Okay. All right.
anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gonna get
I'm
dressed
going to be sick that day.
for sons.
It's a win bet, right?
Okay, if it's a draw, we both come dressed as that.
All right.
Done.
Both come dressed as a nun, yeah, I like that.
I get none anyway, so.
I was just going to say, I'll just come dressed as Corey because he's getting none.
How do you know?
Oh, what's his name?
Tell you after the show.
Okay,
Chris.
moving on.
You sound jealous.
No,
He always talks about my sexual orientation.
well, it's funny.
I know it
He's
is, but I reckon.
Yeah, but I'm rooting for me mate. You know.
Yeah,
You know.
There you've said it.
I like to look after
What's
my
his name?
Gary.
Venus.
Gary. No, I figured it out. Wasn't it the other week they said Simon was coming into town?
Yes. Paul
Yeah.
Macquarie, yes.
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 Oh,
Simon.
we're on to
Road
it
trip.
now.
Road trip.
That's Simon.
Maybe he's Julian Creamer.
Yeah, mate. That might be Julian Creamer, yeah.
I'd rather Julian than
Who's
Theodore
Julian
Fist.
Creamy?
Better than Theodore.
Simon's new, mate.
Better than Theodore Fister.
I was going to say, is this another Tasmanian Maps joke?
No, it was actually one of the
Another one of Simon's
Yeah,
mates.
and it gets a bit loose after the time you leave, mate.
Oh, we bet.
Neck minute. Oh, like, Brother Ooh. Brother Ooh.
That was good.
Moving on.
What do you think of the
Yeah, we haven't
team,
asked you.
Courtney?
Oh, yeah.
Is it a good enough team, yes or no?
98%, I'm happy with it.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's not what he asked. It's yes or no.
Yeah, I said 98%, I'm happy with
98%
it.
yes.
Just to keep it
Crazy
short and
lady?
sweet.
Yes.
Didn't I already answer it?
Yeah. Alzheimer's.
Did you answer, did you?
Yeah.
I never went to you.
I can't remember what my answer was, but I did answer it. I'll
Mark?
have to rewind.
It was a yes.
Is that the deal?
Liddell, yeah.
How good was it seeing Ezra Mam getting away with forward passes and missing a crucial tackle on Liddell?
I'm sorry, but this is another thing that I must have a field of goats because this is another one that's driving my goat as well. you have a referee, you have a linesman, and it's right in front of you, forward passes, and they go, try.
Didn't check it. Well, not that you could do anything about the forward pass.
But there's a dude there. He's standing there like this, and he's got a flag in his hand. We might as well get rid of the flag. Put it there. Remember the buckets they used to have around them, and they used to sell pies and shit?
Yep.
Might as well give that to them. Because what else are they doing? Okay, say the drag queens lost by 6 points because of that. And it was a blatant... And then there was another one too, right in front of the referee. And it was a forward pass from Patrick Carrigan to Ezra Mann, I believe.
Oh, I've seen that.
Right in front of him. And it wasn't because they let it go, but in the next instance, they knocked on. So they called that. But
Yeah.
come on. Come on. This is absolute... If it was a player, they'd be dropped. So why can't a referee be dropped for shit like that? And it's about time. If they don't get shit right, the coaches should be allowed to say, hey,
Speak up.
once again, I go back to the whole koala. Protected species.
Do you think the bunker should rule on the forward passes?
100%.
Straight into there?
Someone should be able to rule on them.
Yep.
Where?
It's unfair. It's costing people games, costing people points.
That reminds me of something.
Wet
not-
balls.
We're not playing gridiron.
They will be.
We're not playing gridiron here, so it's NRL.
But get it right.
Yeah.
Like, come on. That's a full-time job now, a referee.
Yeah.
You're getting paid big money. If not, get rid of him. Get rid of the referee's boss and let's start again. Because it's absolute shit. And let the bunker rule on forward passes. If it's like line ball and you can't really tell, okay, I've got no problem with that. But when it's a blatantly 2-3 metre forward pass,
Yep.
let him intervene.
Yep, 100%.
Why don't they use a captain's challenge?
I don't think you can on forward passes. You can't.
No?
Forward passes are like referees, untouchable.
Yeah, well,
Only if it suits. We were actually talking about that at the Knights game. There was a few things that popped up that we seen in front of us and no one called anything, and it's like the refs must call the odds, like they must be putting money on it.
Yep.
They only
'Cause-
like the team that they want to win.
Yep. Because it goes, they want to pick a team to go one way. That's how it'll. That's how they'll ref the game.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
and you
you're
can.
saying they're looking after us to get us off the
Oh,
bottom
yeah.
of the ladder?
Oh, you guys were in form.
you didn't need any help.
No, yous were doing really, really well, but there was a few things in there that should have been pulled up, and yeah, it was a very one-sided refereeing,
Yeah.
which was very unfortunate.
Which is across the board.
Yep, it's nearly every game, and you can see it.
And it's like they don't communicate with each other. Like they have a referees meeting every Monday.
But you can't tell me that they aren't lenient on Brisbane. And especially last weekend, that was blatantly obvious how lenient they were on
Yep.
Brisbane.
I'm glad because they can't win day games.
Yeah. It's always a relief when you see them playing day games. You go, yeah, they're going to lose.
But if you go and you pay, once again,
Sorry.
you pay all your hard-earned money, you go to work, you slog your backside off all week to go and watch a football game. And you pay for shit like that?
Yeah.
Get them back in the grandstands. Meat pies, cornettos.
Yeah.
Meat pies, kangaroos and Holdens.
Yep. You that old? I had the record actually.
Did you hear it on your tranny?
Did you say
I
train?
wrote it on my tranny. To save the fight over who gets how many buys over the origin period, why not just have all the teams play over the origin period with just whoever gets the one buy a week is whoever gets it, or do we stop the comp for 3 weeks and knock it out with some international footy to fill in the schedule? Robbie, yes.
No.
Dean Brad.
That's
I think it's a good opportunity to bring some lower players from the bottom of the
100%.
ladder up and give them a shot.
It is. Only problem is, if you're going to a game, do you want to see reserve graders go around in first grade? Or do you want to go and play for your quality first grade football game? That's the issue. So then do you go to, okay, let's bring back city country. Let's bring back the, what about would you call it New South Wales possibles and probables? Make a second feeder comp for Origin. Or do you go back to saying, well, the women play when we play, You have one, then you have the women, then you have city country.
I used to like City Country because that was a good test for who makes the New South Wales side.
And then you could also, then the following game too, you get New Zealand to play Samoa or France or something like that, you know what I mean?
But then you say, wow, yeah. It's an awkward one.
It is. It's. I don't think it's a real win situation. No matter what you do, you're gonna.
Someone's not gonna be happy.
But I'm with. I like the question, but because I like me footy fix. I'm not happy with just one game a weekend.
Yeah.
So, but I also think Origin should be a Saturday night.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
Very inconvenient.
Because there's not too many.
Excuse me.
Because obviously you're going to get more viewers, but
We'll just make.
Queensland being most Broncos, they'll win because it's a night game.
If it goes to a Saturday, though, who's going to pick it up streaming service-wise and who's going to have to pay for it? Being Wednesday night, at least it's going to be free to air.
Yeah, but there still will be on Saturday night because it'll be a standalone game.
Oh, yeah, I would hope so,
So
yeah.
then you would go the women, the men's, and then you'd have a third game. What that third game is the question. But you would have a full day of Origin and footy.
under 19s.
Well, you could do that as well. And I'll tell you one that we should bring back that they don't have. Legends game.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I think
Brett Kenny and Wally Lewis shaking hands on their feet.
That was good back in the day.
Yeah.
But even not just legends, okay, of football. Do a celebrity match where you might get someone like
Yourself?
someone like
They can run more than 10 metres.
hey, I ran the full length of the third. I've got
I've seen it.
a washing machine and dryer to prove it.
I've seen them
Yeah,
with their
like them.
defibrillator.
Like the Knights, the washing machine didn't last long.
True, true. But dryer still going. But you just make some kind of spectacle, and then also have maybe some entertainment there where I know, for example, Offspring was in town. You have Offspring playing a couple of songs there as well. Make a big spectacle of it. I know. That's all out.
Tickets are already expensive enough, though. Imagine that. Added on top of it.
But then it goes back to, well, if you don't, we're on that roundabout where you can't win. I get what you're saying about tickets are expensive, 100%.
Yeah.
But do we sort of discount some kind of tickets? Don't know. But that's, if it's Saturday night would be perfect, but I do remember being at school, you rushed home from school to have your bath or whatever and have your dinner to watch the footy, to watch the Origin.
What time does it start?
And
tomorrow?
Darryl East liked commentating.
It was, yeah.
o'clock.
30s.
7:30, 8 o'clock kickoff.
Oh, I'll be listening to it in the car on the way home.
And then when you watch them in Queensland, they had those yellow footballs.
Yep, the Steedens.
Yeah.
But do you remember years ago, they used to do the things at the start of it too, and it was Paul Harrigan was the Jack and the Beanstalk. Do you remember that?
Oh, vaguely.
I
Yeah.
mean, he was up there climbing up in heaven. He was Jack and the Beanstalk, and
Marty Bella.
nah, someone else. Yeah, but I'll have to dig that out of the archives. That was they used to do the fun things like that. But when they used to do the when they would come out too, it was more. And that was stand on your the hairs on your neck used to stand up.
Yeah.
And they used to do little specials at the start with Chief, and yeah, that was good. Anyway, off on a little tangent there.
Good times.
Gary.
I was about to say, that was a big long tangent.
Anyway, that's what we do here.
That's what we do. Some McLeod Road. I would like to know why is it in rugby league is an advocate for boxing where someone gets his head smashed in for 30 minutes and that appears okay, but it is not okay in league for a loose arm to slap someone's chin in a tackle. If they go in with intent to cause damage, I accept as foul play, but a tackle because the guy is falling or the arm slips up is just crazy.
I agree.
100%.
I agree.
Those things should be just penalty at worst.
Fisher
Yeah,
Harris
advocate
says, hold my
boxing.
beer.
They
Yeah.
advocate in boxing.
That's it.
Belting the hell out of each other. And,
Oh.
Doesn't make sense, does it?
No, that's a question of the week. I'm telling you.
Yep.
As
Good.
yeah,
I know they're saying anything around the head, but sometimes you see it that like it slips up off their chest
Yeah.
or something. Or
oh, they're falling it. They're at your knees.
what about the other day, a couple of weeks back, he's gone on his chin. He's gone, oh,
Yeah.
it was soccer all
Fisher
over
Harris
again.
is tackle. on the weekend?
Didn't see it.
That was Ronaldo Militano in goal, wasn't it? A couple of weeks
I
ago.
don't know. It's a fair while back
Yeah,
now, but
I think it was him.
Pappenhausen was another one
Yeah.
where he faked an injury, but
Herbie Farn was.
maybe. But Fisher Harris's tackle the other day, there was nothing here. Like, it's going to be the point soon where it's going to be two-handed touch. I'm telling you.
They'll be wearing helmets and
The
neck
things,
braces. The
the,
tag on the side.
yeah,
You have to pull the tag off.
under sixes play better.
I said tag. Settle down.
And not skin tag.
Oh.
I've got a few of them you don't want to look at.
That's a ball bag, Gary.
Oh.
No,
Oh,
not pulling it.
Gazbag.
Oh, sorry.
That's it for Gazbag.
Gaz's ball bag.
Brought
Oh.
to you by.
The next level.
Next level. Take
Epilates razors by the sound of it. Yeah, next level takeaway. We'll take a short break and be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back. Time for What Caught My Eye. What Caught My Eye brought to you by Maitland Bathroom Renovations.
Ow, my eye! Ow, ow, ow!
Gaz.
A week late, but did anyone catch Ponga's eye roll when O'Brien spoke at the press conference after Titans beat the Knights almost 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
There it is here.
It's,
It's coming.
that's what she said. You've
There
got,
it is. There it is.
There
there's
it is.
got to
A
be
little head
something in that. Like, you don't just sit there and do that.
He's immature at every press conference. He picks his nose, he looks disinterested, he just doesn't want to be there.
I watched a podcast the other day where a bloke sat there picking his nose.
This one?
No,
Oh,
didn't we? Won't say names,
I was
but
going to say, I had my hands down here. What do you mean?
I was going to say he supports the same team as a couple of people on the panel.
yeah.
Dragons.
No, we're going into it. Yeah.
Couple.
Oh.
Oh, the eels, yeah.
Yeah.
There's only one Eel supporter. Sorry, he's one of yours.
Anyway, where was I? Yeah. There's a bit of talk saying that he may not be happy tonight, so maybe that's
It's pretty evident. Because something's going on at the Knights. They're not
I'm-
clicking.
get rid of. I'm sorry, but the whole. It's not just the coach. Yeah, coach got to go. Management needs to go. It needs a whole revamp. The club.
The boys aren't happy. They're not clicking. You can quite
That's what
easily
happened to
say
Para.
that.
Everyone laughed at him.
We've got to change it. And I'll start tomorrow.
Can you bring back City Country when you run the place?
Or I'm happy just to run the Knights first to prove myself, and then, you know, Mark, you'll get a job. Gary, you'll get a job. Corey, you'll get a job. Anyone here will get a job there. Because things need changing there.
Corey
And-
will be a good ball boy.
Oh, I bet. And, yeah, it just needs a whole structure change, I think. That's personal opinion. But, yeah, Gaz?
Talon May made some comments online whilst gaming about not being selected for Origin 1. Put your New South Wales jersey in the bin and it might have to switch allegiance.
Yeah, I can blame him for being. I can't blame him for being a bit upset, but well, you got to be a bit more professional than that, Mark.
Yeah.
You've got two people that were told that they're not making Origin. One puts it live stream and complains and says throw your jersey. The other has just come off the field for a loss and accepts it and takes it and says I'm going to work harder. So where do you look for next time? You look at the guy that's going to take self-reflection
Yeah.
versus the one that's had a little bit of a dummy spin.
Dummy spit.
True. Kylie.
Okay, I've got two. The first time this year the Eels actually led going into half time. They also won and they're still on the bottom of the ladder.
Second last, sorry.
Oh yeah, you are.
Yeah, now
But you're
Titans.
still down the bottom.
Is that your apology?
So they actually got a half-time,
Yeah,
full-time
sorry,
double.
Pardon?
They got a half-time, full-time double.
Yeah.
They did.
We're still above you.
It's the first time.
Only
this year.
just.
Yeah, well, I mean, the race is still on at the end of the year, guys, so,
Oh,
What
we're just
race?
getting warmed up.
you know, the spoon race.
After the way we played on the Friday.
I don't know how we'll go with Moses and
What happens
Lomax
if we
out.
end up a draw, like the bottom of the ladder?
Points differential.
We're 1 point above the Titans.
Gary will just dress up as a nun.
You can have it when I'm done. Wait. Never
You're a
mind.
poet and you don't
I'm
even know it.
assuming that we're going to lose on Saturday. I'll just shut up.
Right. Yeah.
May as well take it like a man.
Says Corey.
And my other one is The Tigers and Souths game on the weekend, a 30-year-old male has now been charged with 2 counts of assault of a police officer, resisting arrest and a fray, and a 28-year-old male was charged with assault after a fight broke out at Campbelltown Sunday night between rival supporters just before 8 p.m. This resulted in 2 other people going to hospital and a police officer being treated for cuts and bruises on the scene.
Give them a ban. Not just a 12-month ban. I mean, give them a 10-year
What
ban.
with people?
The crowd violence this year, as I've touched on, has been, you're
Alcohol.
right, alcohol, and it's full strength beer.
Oh, we all love a drink. That's no drama. But unfortunately, if you can't go to a football game and enjoy a game of football without a beer
Yeah.
or getting
Something
sloshed, you've got issues.
Yep.
So they need to get rid of it because or make harsher penalties. You know, it goes back to that poor guy that was king of hit on the current affair the other night,
The dad,
and his family's now without a father. And
oh mate's out on bail.
Yep.
How's that work? He's been in jail before, and now he's out on bail for
same
killing
thing.
someone with a one-punch hit.
you got to stop it. It's got to stop.
I
Because
think just generally worldwide, or countrywide at the moment, I think there just needs to be harsher penalties for
It
any
does.
kinds of crime. Like
It
the
does.
You're
youth
right,
crimes
very
out
right.
of control.
Very much so called.
Green
And the
Hills?
police,
Yep.
100%. And the police just give up because they
security
do.
can't do nothing either.
No,
Nope.
they do all the work to get them into the court system, and the judges will let them go.
Yep.
See, this is
Smack
another
them on
reason
the
why
wrist.
I need to run for Parliament.
You've got to have your hands full.
Well, you've got to change something. Otherwise, our kids are stuffed.
Youth crime and just in general crime, but youth crime is a big start and it needs to change.
Yep.
And then general crime, like over 18 crime. Beyond that,
I've lost my train of thought now.
sorry.
No.
But it just
I don't know
it
what I
gives
said.
me the smits because they just get little smacks on the hand and they get away with it and they keep it going out doing it and they're inconveniencing other people's lives. And you know, if silly decisions like that, you know, you take someone's life, that doesn't just affect that person. They've got kids and
100%.
parents and brothers and sisters and.
And I'm
mums and
telling you,
pops.
like, without trying to throw too much on myself, when you lose a parent or a family member, you're stuffed for the rest of your life.
Yep.
And it not only stuffs you, but you're, okay, say, for example, my position where I lost my dad at a young age, my mum, my brother, my wife, my kids, everyone's affected by that.
100%.
But this, okay, they got away with it. They're getting away with it. It doesn't affect them, but all these other lives are stuffed because of this coward.
Yep.
Right.
He didn't get away with it. He's on bail.
He got away with
But
it,
not a harsh penalty.
He could face up to 20 years in prison.
but they won't get it.
Why the hell is he not there?
I'm telling you,
Yep.
but if someone ever did that to my kid, they wouldn't have to worry about the court system.
Yeah.
Or they would, because when
Because
I
they'll be
get
charging
charged.
you.
Yeah. Because I'm telling you, if anyone ever did that to my kid, they would not see the light of day again.
Yep.
And it's sad when it has to come to that. But
Well, his son watched it happen.
yeah.
His adult son. He was at the pub on Melbourne Cup Day with his son, just enjoying a drink, and this coward comes up behind him, didn't like him for whatever reason, and punched him, killed him.
Piece
Now
of shit.
that guy, he's only young too, the son,
20-year-old or something.
he's screwed.
Yep, yes, salute
His
that.
mental health, he is screwed. There's no amount of counselling that could make him right for the rest of his life.
No.
Not only losing your dad, but also to be witnessing to what happened.
Witnessing that. See, I'm currently at the moment, I've got some sick parents and they're unfortunately not going to beat this. So I've prepared myself for that. But if I was to go out somewhere and something happened and they were killed, like, you can't prepare for that. It just comes out of nowhere. It's really, that'd be really
Not
hard.
discounting what you're going through or anybody that loses a parent.
Yep.
But you're right. You can prepare and spend as much time as
100%.
possible.
100%.
Because you know it's coming.
Yeah.
But you don't know that they're going to get.
But that's a
cow
message
punched.
to everyone, really. You know, and I'm guilty of it with my mum. Sometimes I get cranky with her or whatever because of my own, you know, it's not her fault. But they're not there forever.
No.
That's it.
And when they're gone, it's too late.
And that's when you.
And I even said this to Buglogs there a few weeks ago, didn't I? When you were having a rough time.
Yeah.
I said, mate, you need to go and apologise to your mum and make up for her, even if she's in the wrong. Be a bigger man and apologise because they're not there forever.
You always regret everything that you didn't do when
100%.
they're not here.
100%. And I even regret at the moment, like, if I have an argument with mum or something stupid, I might drop her off and I was a little bit cranky with her and I don't even get up at the road and I go, golly, I can't do that.
You know why? Because they're so much alike. They have no filter from here to here. They say what they're thinking, and it's it's disastrous when they're both together, especially at the Knights game.
Yeah. Me and my mum are a bit like that too. I get very frustrated with her, and then, I give it a little bit to cool off.
She teaches you, though, your mum, though.
I
She
just apologise.
she puts you into place.
Oh, mate, I love her to death. I would never trade her for any. If I could go home and have my life again, there's no other mum I'd rather have.
And she knows that.
100%.
But the funny thing was too, I still remember. This is, it's funny you remember things about your parents. And I used to work for the Knights doing security many years ago. Here's Mum and Muriel and Sharon that and got in a fight with all these people in the crowd, and they're hitting these dudes with the flags. And Mum goes, I remember Mum goes, all right, yelled out to us, I said, get him out of here, because I was doing security. She goes, if you don't sit down, my son's going to boot you out. She grew some balls and it's fun, but she doesn't take a backward step. But my point was, getting back on off a tangent, life's too short. Enjoy your family.
And don't go out being silly and...
No, because you stuffed yourself. Not just yourself, but the amount of people.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, it's
And
terrible.
that's another thing too with mental health. Like, there are a lot of people that care about every single person, every single one of yous, and the webs that you've weaved in your life. There's people that care. No one is going to sit there and have an empty funeral.
That's all right. Sorry. I
That
love
was it.
these tangents.
Yeah, sorry.
We should get a sponsor for these tangents.
I forgot what segment we were doing just then.
Tangent Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mine now, is it?
It must be.
Yep. We're going down.
All right. I'll go this time in case someone copied my homework. What caught my eye? The Warriors and Dolphins game. There was a young man holding a sign. Said DWZ, Talon May. Can I have your boots, please? It's my 10th birthday. The dude had more facial hair than me. He's got a moustache. Who?
Was he holding it for the kid next to him?
Well, he's still holding it, so it's on him.
Yeah.
Oh, was it both arms on it?
He's a Kiwi, so that might be right.
I suppose I had a goatee at 12, so...
10 in sheep's ears, 10 in goat's ears.
Yeah.
10-year-old might be at the other end of the
We know plenty
sign.
we know plenty of goats around here.
But I'd just seen that, and that straight away I said to...
Yeah, you made me rewind it because I missed it.
I said, quick, that's mine for this week.
We should do that for Gary. Get him one, say it's his 10th birthday.
Well, they'll say you're missing a one. But anyway, my second one was a post on Facebook from the Manly versus Cowboys game where Cohen Hess ran into the goalpost and the goalpost got sent to 10 in the bin instead.
that. Yeah.
It made me so origin now.
That was cold.
See, these are
Yeah.
funny things like that too. Bring it back, but
Woof.
In the
It was him running into the goalpost that bang.
I'll tell you what, I remember, I don't know if you remember.
have you ran into a goalpost?
No,
before?
remember when Mel Meninga ran into the goalpost all those years ago and broke his arm?
His eyebrows stopped the...
No.
They're caterpillars.
This was a really cold, wet day at Canberra, and obviously the pads were a lot smaller back those days, and he just got slammed into it and broke
Speaking
his
of-
arm in about 6 places.
I won't go too much into it, but I'd say someone down the track's got something to do with pads. But anyway, remember Shark Park back in the days, and it was called Caltex Field? Do you remember how wide them pads were?
No.
They were massive. They were like a metre long wide pads.
Like
You
the
can-
Canberra Milk ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back when we were playing,
They never had any.
They might have had a heavy
Virtually
flow
not.
back then.
No.
It was just a round.
just around a bit of stuff around it. No,
Is that all you had around it, mate? Just a bit of stuff around it?
Yeah.
Anyway, my
Not
third
much at
one.
all.
My third one was, I forwarded you straight away.
Yeah, I thought so.
Perth Bears fans have unwittingly been trying to join a club for gay men called Bears Perth. According to the Daily Mail, a bear in a gay culture is a man who is typically hairy with a large physique. So please do not join this club unless, of course, that's how you identify, as the club has reportedly been inundated with Perth Bears fans wanting to join.
I
That's
wonder if
awkward.
I wonder if our good friend Simon might be a part of joining that group.
Yeah, well, you
Is
never
that
know.
him in the picture?
No, actually, we did see a photo of them once.
Terrence and
Yeah,
Simon.
Terrence.
Terrence
yeah.
and Simon,
Yeah.
Without trying to sound, how do you put it nicely? They were larger guys
Yeah.
in the rounder shape, but short and hairy.
Robust.
Yeah, short, hairy, and One of them had bald head.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of hair. I
So
remember.
Perth Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember they were
Yeah.
very hairy.
Yeah. You could run your hand through their chest. It'd be
You're
like
ready.
carpet.
Like animal.
Chunks you'd like that.
It'd be like shag pole carpet. Anyway.
With fleas.
Oh, next.
Yeah,
Keep my
right.
bubble
So,
down, Gary.
what's caught my eye this week? and-
Obviously them.
and I'm sure the will get a giggle out of this. But I happened to notice Jesse Arthur's crack.
Notice.
Oh.
You
Notice.
noticed it.
That's your screensaver
Yeah.
on your phone.
However, but what we did notice later, that looked like he has a pad.
Yes, that's what I said
I don't
about.
know. That's his undies, but
Yeah, but either he's
He
been
needs a
to the boat ramp,
Yes.
or that is a pad.
Surely it's been
That or is it
Don't.
a
photoshopped.
food or something?
No, that was not photo.
Oh, that's
Can't you see, Gaz,
That was
from
a
there?
live
inside
photo.
of it.
What the hell?
Can't you see from there,
Because
Gaz?
I will admit I took that photo.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, you sicko.
If I see a crack on TV, I'm going to photo.
He gets excited. He's like, "Did you see that?" I'm like, "No."
Look, Kylie, it's not his proudest wank, but it'll do.
If it works,
But all seriousness, it's funny. If you see
I want
I
to know
do.
what's
So
going
funny
on.
about a
if you
bum.
see a dude's pants getting pulled down on the field, do you have a laugh and a giggle and point at it?
I laugh at the budgie smugglers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got questions, but I've got
Stop it.
I've got
Well, what
a few
about-
questions.
She's got questions,
Jamal,
but
Jamal Idris.
Butt questions.
Yeah, but
that's a clean bum.
yeah.
But the
Well, not
undies
as-
aren't.
It's a nice bum, but
No, it's not. It's got a crack in it.
Yeah, well, Dragons found the cracks on the weekend.
But to me, okay, if I'm playing NRL footy, I'm wearing budgie smugglers and they're tight.
they're tight.
They do. They're budgie smugglers.
Yeah, but
he's
they're
ripped
loose.
them.
I'm
No.
talking about the undies too.
Look at the hand though; he's pulling because them pants are pulled out. He's
You might want to stop now.
Was that Jack DeBellin?
I don't know, but I seriously reckon he needs to go to the doctor. He's had a prolapse.
In his
Yeah.
defence, maybe he had a bleaching that morning.
look. I would change the caption of that to "Never trust a fart," especially
No,
after,
no,
My
no.
farts aren't red.
especially after Corey's been in there.
No, I think that's anyone. There was another one after that. It was Alfie Langer throwing a packet of
Pads.
pads, and it said whatever his name is here, you might need these or something. So yeah, but it's interesting.
I got another one, guys.
I bet.
Reece Robson. I don't know if you watched the Cowboys game. I don't know if this was he meant it or not, but
Oh yeah.
spat on Tom Trbojevic.
Oh yeah,
He was just lubing it up.
does the old
Not on his back.
is he the NRL Hock Tour?
Don't get Portia started. Every time I clear my throat, she's like, "Tour." I'm like, can you not? It's not funny anymore.
Thought you were in bed that night. Gordon,
I have a few. So first of all, I think we can all agree the mark.
Noah.
No,
Quinn-
let it go. Let it go.
No, she
No,
wanted me.
because the furniture will start floating again. If I try and say it,
Would you like me to pronounce it?
if you could please.
Noah Quintawasi.
That's him.
Yes, number 5 for the Roosters. What a brilliant try that was. That
He
was
did well.
that was one that I think we're going to be watching for
Okay.
years to come. But how he did it,
Mark Nah. That's what I call him.
yeah.
Mark, no? Yeah, Mark.
Is he, we're all cutting you off, is he New South Wales or Queensland? Anyone know?
Not sure.
I know he played
Rugby.
rugby for.
I've never really seen or taken much notice of him until this, to be honest.
He's a
I'm not a
good player.
massive Roosters fan, but
He had his hands let him down the other night, but I mean,
I was just going at the point where if the Queensland needed another centre, he would have been my pick over.
that was beautiful. Like, that was just so well calculated. I could not put any higher praise on this.
Do you know what
This-
it reminds me of?
What?
Fletcher Sharp.
Yeah. Yep. It was just bang in, he was out and come back in. It was just perfect. It was just
Didn't you
so
see Jared Hayne do it?
perfect. No, a bit before my time.
There's a few videos that they show of, just average males trying to recreate this.
Yeah.
Try and do the step twice up 1 foot and kick. And
You couldn't if you tried.
Wait.
It was a spur of the moment.
You know what it reminds me of? I reckon we should all one day go down and do the kicking challenge at the goalpost.
Well,
Just to
kick the goalpost.
see how
or kick out the
spastic we are
goalpost?
at doing it now.
well, I used to be a goal kicker, so I'd struggle now.
I'd probably slip and land on my back and the ball would still be on the
lucky.
tee.
I'd be lucky to make a 2 metre kick, but
We definitely need a kick and tee.
we've got about 5 of them over there. So.
We should have a go one day.
Unless
Okay.
we go back to old school and do sand.
I used to do it out of the ground. With
Yeah.
a leather ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
So did my old man.
And long toenails.
No, they were clipped.
So did my old man. That's why his toenails.
But
are
it would
black.
be funny. It would be funny.
We should
Anyway,
do that. That'd be fun.
Moving on.
And
Can't read your writing.
Homoli Kawatu.
yes, put on report for the tackle with the kick in the face. I didn't really see much of what was going on there, but that was an accident.
Yeah.
You shouldn't kick your legs out like that.
No,
though.
you
That was the
shouldn't.
point.
But it was wet. I believe it was
Doesn't
wet.
matter.
What about the
Wet or
game?
dry.
That was the
It was
game.
wet too.
Moist. But yeah, I just thought it was a bit. It was one of those. Like shit happens. It was an accident.
They're
But-
trying to get a penalty because it's kicking out.
It was a
Get
whopper.
up.
Got him. Absolutely got him.
The old steel sprigs used to hurt when they done that.
Sprigs. I've heard that for years. The old Rob Wishart ankle boots.
Yeah.
Sorry, was that?
That was mine. Yeah.
Yeah. Mark.
A little bit closer to home, so 300 games for Gagai.
Mm.
In rare territory, there's only 54 or 56 players that have reached that milestone.
I will say while you're on that too, good on like the likes of Cody Walker for coming down for the game as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was beautiful the way they presented it all. I thought it was great.
Except for the performance.
And
Yeah.
And at the end, there were so many Parramatta that actually hung around, including the coaching staff, to celebrate.
Good on them.
And
Yep.
on the 30-metre line, they put an extra zero to make it 300.
I never noticed
Oh, I
that.
didn't even notice
I
that.
didn't notice it either.
Yep.
You were just
Close.
Yeah, true.
No, we do
True.
not. Do not get it
just had
started.
tears in your eyes because you're getting flogged.
I'm all right.
That's him.
It was actually quite a nice night too. It wasn't cold.
It was nice.
But back on the Gagai thing, they were giving out shirts at the end of the night. Brody Jones gave one to Portia.
Not over our side, they weren't. They barely even come over to our side to say, even.
So where is
take
the
a photo.
nosebleed section?
What happened in return?
Oh, we'll get there in a minute. But good on Brody. You know, he's one of those nice guys of rugby league, and absolute legend of a guy. And I know a lot of people go, "Oh, he's not first grade material." Well, I'm telling you, he is. He can't do everything himself, and you know, he's one of the blokes you want at your club.
Can't wait to have him on the show one day.
Dean got him to come to my work one day, and I work alone. And I'm not a conversationalist at all, believe it or
Never
not,
shut up here.
because you don't let me. But he come to my work, and it was awkward. Like, we both barely spoke.
Brody's shy at the best of times,
He is very shy.
Makes two of us.
but he's a very humble guy, and I tell you what, he deserves everything he gets. He's worked hard for it, and
He's
Man
a
of very few words, but
but I get him talking, and he opens up, but he's a really good guy, and we'll get into something a little bit later. Sorry, Mark.
That was it.
That was it.
Only one.
It went to a little bit of attention. It was a good one. It was a big one.
Yeah.
Mark doesn't go off on
was
a
300,
tangent.
that's
He just
Well, he
gets to the
should.
point.
I thought it was wonderful.
This is a tangent show now.
It is. But I thought they put on a really nice display for him. All the videos beforehand.
I thought you
before
meant
they
the
come
Knights.
out.
I was going to say, what game are you watching?
No, unfortunately, I was watching that. But yeah, I just thought. But during the game too, they kept trying to give him opportunities to go, but it was just sort of wrong time for him to get a try. And
They should have just let him have the goal kick when
yeah,
we did get that lonely try.
yeah. But yeah, we'll get into that.
The highlight was that it didn't rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the highlight of the game.
I had my poncho ready.
From a Knights fan.
Okay.
Well, Dean's mum.
They played great.
Dean's mum, who could barely walk, she's like, "No, I can't come because I can't run in the rain. I'll slip over or whatever with a walking stick." And it didn't even rain, so she could have come.
Yeah, I felt bad after that for her, you know, because it's her thing that she loves to do with us as a family. But yeah. Anyway, play of the round. Sorry. What caught my eye was by Maitland Bathroom Renovations, and play of the round is brought to you by Kogan Haulage Contractors. Gary, your player of the round.
No surprise.
No bias.
Zach Lomax. Welcome back. 2 tries scored, 2 line breaks, 259 metres gained, 3 tackle breaks, and 88 post contact metres.
He's got his eye on your boy.
You can have him.
Oh.
Oh,
I was yelling out to him
I
from
let
the
him have him for
sideline.
at least one night.
What are they calling him now? Momax.
Yeah, Momax.
I was
Sounds
yelling.
like a tampon.
It does, doesn't it?
That sounds like a damn.
I was yelling out to him from the sideline because when they kicked off, we were right at the line, and he was standing right there, and I was
Gary
like,
thinks you're great.
no, I was like, come to Newcastle, you can keep Dylan Brown.
But as if it doesn't, isn't there a tampon or a pad called Momax or something?
Tampax.
Tampax. I was close.
God, even I know that.
Looks like I'll have to
You
start
would
sending
know.
you to the shops
You,
for it.
you would know.
I used to serve in a
I'll go
shop.
get it.
I used to work in a
Kotex.
supermarket too, and I
And
don't
you didn't
remember.
serve them? Well, you must have used them then.
Well, I didn't even bother looking at them.
Bloody
he
noses.
He likes Libra for
Yeah,
Okay.
safer than your best friend.
yeah,
The
no,
one for
yeah,
the wings.
yeah.
This sounds like a bloody menstrual cycle
I'm,
segment.
I'm padding up.
Sounds like
I'm,
we
I'm,
need to be sponsored
I'm,
by
I'm
somebody.
padding up.
Anyway, Carly.
Mine is Talon May, 199 run meters, 3 offloads, 6 tackle breaks, and 63 tackles with 0 missed. That's a massive effort.
Yep,
It was.
huge.
There in itself, that would have been, personally, as a coach, you're in over King. Yeah. I don't. I'm not going back on that, but
You just did.
no. Anyway, mine is Keon Kolamatangi. 329 run meters, 140 post contact meters, 4 tackle breaks, 26 sit ups, and 51 tackles. I thought he played exceptionally well. Probably his best game of his career.
Yep.
I'll go as far as saying. But I have a special mention this week. Surprise, surprise. It's actually from the Knights game. Believe it or not. Brody Jones, who is a good sport, and he got a pick with our new sign we made up when it says, "We all love a good BJ." Brody Jones, and he thought it was hilarious. So,
What does BJ stand for? Brody Jones, isn't it?
My son's initials are BJ.
Yes.
I didn't think that one out very well.
yeah. But the amount of people that actually seen it on the weekend had a chuckle over it. That served its purpose.
Did it get on TV? I didn't see
It did. Numerous times.
Oh, at the start when they run out the tunnel.
Yeah.
Because I'm going, I'm
'Cause
like, Portia's not holding that sign.
yeah, we thought it was a little bit
Yeah.
Inappropriate for
Yeah.
a 10-year-old.
and
Because that's about as good as the one with the Alan Tongue one in the Willie.
yeah. Alan, who needs a good tongue when you got a big willy? But this is it, mate. Like, I want to see more of this.
Yeah, it's good. It's
It's-
good. Harm was fun.
That's right. And the amount of people in the crowd that had a chuckle, and even the NRL guy, which I'm going to get into after the break. I'm going to go and grab something that we'll given to by our great mate, the NRL. And I'm just going to prove a point with something here. But even him, he's one of the bosses of the NRL game day. You know, your HIAs, your this, your that. He's the NRL boss on the side. And he thought it was great. He thought it was hilarious, didn't he? So,
He likes red frogs.
As I say, he's the one that keeps pinching the frogs and or the snakes, doesn't he?
The red frogs,
He
yeah.
looks like Johnny Gibbs. You remember Johnny Gibbs,
yes,
don't
that
you?
was actually, yeah.
We had red frogs last game, and then this game, courtesy of Delwyn and Chris, they gave us a packet, so he was coming over and taking some.
And after the break, he gave us something in return too, and I'll show you after the break, just to prove something on there, but we'll go and get it. So that's mine.
All right. Well, I did have Zach. as
Yeah, but what about
priority.
you? What caught my eye?
But you could no, we've already got one.
Oh, yeah, right.
Aiden Fanua-Blake, I actually had 241 run meters, 118 post contact meters, 3 tackle breaks, and 1 line break. Pretty damaging for the Sharks in their win against the Storm.
Did you see where he went to play the ball the wrong way?
Yes.
He got up, faced the other. You saw it? I'm glad I'm not the only
Yeah.
one.
Did that remind you of Marty Bella?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he was foxing him,
Oh, really?
trying to waste time.
Gotcha.
That'd make sense.
Okay.
But I must say too, I forgot here too. I'm going to give another rap to. Is it Aaron Clark from the Warriors?
Yes.
He's come on leaps and bounds. He is an absolute talent. Every game he plays, he never lets him down.
You've commented the last few weeks for his player of the round, haven't you? So yeah, he's
He's
got
good.
a bit of a purple patch at the moment.
He's something special, I think. Yeah, the likes of, well, even Barney said it. He said about, they had an interview with how Barney's come on leaps and bounds. And he said, I owe it all to, all the different players. And he said, and really the number one person I've got to thank is James Fisher-Harris. He said, since he's come to the club, he's gone even better again. So there's a partnership there that's going to blossom. Courtney.
I had 2 this week. I had Mark.
Nawar Quintawasi.
Yes. Just because of that try, I thought that was brilliant. Very well deserving, very good play. They also had Olivia Koenig from the
Oh, yeah.
Women's Blues Origin, Go the Blues. She had 2 tries, 242 run meters, 2 line breaks, 1 try assist, and 10 tackle breaks. What a weapon!
Not bad in the wet.
Oh.
I must say too, sorry, going back on the women's, I forgot all about that as well. Sorry. But at this game 1, all the commentators were, the only downfall for New South Wales is probably young Jessie Southwell at halfback. She's going to be the downfall.
Proves them wrong.
Has there been a better player in the series?
Not yet. Nope.
And she plays good this following one. For me, she's probably the player of the series.
And she gets to play at home.
So egg on your face to silly Millie Boyle and the rest of the ones that saying that silly comment,
Yep,
to be honest.
very silly, very.
And doesn't
unnecessary
Millie play
comment.
for the Blues?
Yeah, but they were bagging her before she was even kicked the ball. I just thought that was a little bit poor taste. I said that at the start, didn't
Especially
I?
when she played with
Yeah.
Jessie and won a premiership with her.
I found too with the Women's Origin, they were talking about the blokes' games a lot too, which I thought was a little bit. I'm like, it's,
Wrong.
yeah, it's the women's one. Like I get, like you can bring up
It's
things
same
from the
as
past,
when
like
the
a bit of
men's are
banter.
on. Maybe
Yeah.
keep the women's out of it and just give them each one their own
Yeah,
spotlight.
have their own
Yeah.
thing because I thought it kind of took away from a bit of the game.
Took the gloss
But
off
also
it.
too, I've got an issue with they haven't played a game this year, but they pick Origin. How can you pick the best when you haven't played a game?
Yeah, unless they're picking from last year, maybe.
But it
It's
doesn't.
not
work.
fair on the males.
Doesn't.
No.
But it doesn't work. They could have been the best last year, but shit us this year.
Yeah.
Doesn't work for me. They should have had, especially when they want to improve the women's comp, they probably should have had, 4 games before it, 4 rounds.
Keep it the same.
Yeah, they're running internal training runs against each other as match fitness.
Yeah, it doesn't work for me. Start the round 4 rounds earlier. Improve, increase their pay a little bit. That's fine. Anyway,
Besides all that, it was a good game.
yeah. Speaking of that too, I do believe the Panthers is Tasha Gale Cup. They got a women's team now.
Tasha.
Yeah, so onwards and upwards. About time.
So it won't be long before they got a women's NRL side.
2027, I think.
What's that now? That's 12 teams?
This year, I think. Is there any more? Is there any more new opening this
Yeah.
year?
12 or 15?
Canterbury Warriors
Only 15.
are rejoining because Warriors were the inaugural.
I'm going to put my money on next year the Warriors to take it out the women's comp.
What makes you say that already? What, because they do the haka?
Yes. Yes, bro. I reckon they're going to be first.
The rugby background, so
Yeah.
a lot of them can run.
Yeah, and they're first players, bro.
And kick.
You wouldn't stand
Speaking
in
of that
front of
too, I just seen earlier before we head off to a break. Actually, Mark, have you done yours?
I haven't, but
Oh, sorry.
similar mark. And
Yep.
Marky Mark.
Mark from the
2
Roosters.
tries, 8 tackle breaks, 2 line breaks, and 133 run meters,
Mm.
including probably a contender for try of the year.
Yes. They wouldn't. I haven't seen anyone any better
He
yet.
was a losing side, so he kept them in it
Mm.
and nearly fought it back against the rampaging dogs.
Unfortunately, the only downfall he had was just his hands. A couple of times he dropped the ball, but when you got Burton's bombs are
He
coming at
plays for the Eels, doesn't he?
yeah.
Mm.
But when you got Burton's bombs coming at you,
It's been a long time since he launched one, and he finally did one. They couldn't catch it.
yeah.
I just hope this doesn't go to his head now and he thinks, because of that
What his hands?
try, and because how good that try was,
No,
and
I
then
think he's more of a level-headed guy.
playing
Now.
up again.
Yeah, I didn't know too much. I mean, I've seen a little bit, a couple of things with Spencer Linear too, with his vlogs and that. I think the bloke's not a bad fella.
Especially when he's only played. I don't think he's ever played a game of rugby
No.
league before.
What was I talking about before I rudely interrupted you?
You're going to a break.
The women's origin
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't remember.
Warriors.
Oh, yeah. I seen the Knights team list for this year. Didn't we sign the All Blacks girl? She was a Porsche somebody?
Chella Betty Walsh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's there. I'm pretty sure she
I
was.
seen the list the other day. Her name wasn't there.
You sure? I swear I should.
So is that a
What's her name?
Some bolly.
Porsche somebody?
Yeah.
How come he pronounced it? Whatever. Whatever.
I don't know.
Try, Carl.
It sounded like spaghetti bolognese or something.
Right.
But
She
no,
used to play at the Tigers.
no, I don't know. I just seen this one was she was an All Black.
Oh, right.
Some All Black. She was Porsche somebody.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Apparently she's gone. I thought, well, then I seen the list the other day. She's not there now. So did we another one we let slip through our hands?
I know they've replaced Tamika with that young girl from the Tigers.
Tigers. There's been a couple of names I've
Bolo
seen, but
Walsh.
yeah, I just thought, well, that would have been a gun signing. So how do we let that one go? Anyway.
That was the chair. It was his chair. He moved. That's big freaky.
Play of the round brought to you by Kogan Haulage Contractors, and we better take a short break before Gary does. All right, guys, welcome back, and oh, what a great show. No matter what, if you have a bad day or a bad week, correct me if I'm wrong, but when we get in here, all your worries are forgotten. Mm-hmm. It's
You get a whole new set of worries when you come in here.
that's right.
You worried
Like,
if
who
you
farted?
you're worried who's going to
Courtney.
get picked on.
Hey,
But,
we're just protecting our back ends basically in here.
no, that's us with Corey around.
Yeah, I got steel undies on tonight.
But you know, it's
Thought I could hear a
it's a
tingling
good
noise.
it's a good place to we all look out for each other with our mental health.
It's a
And
safe space.
But we always look up to Mark.
even I do.
Even when I'm sitting down here.
But anyway, we'll get back into what I was talking about on the break. Our good mate at the footy come up and give Porsche the knock-on effect ball. But my point is,
Can
my
you-
balls.
He can hold your ball.
Hold my ball.
That way
Is
he
it
can
sticky?
get wet.
And grippy?
Yep.
Okay.
Do we need to wet it? Oh, this is what we're doing.
Hold my ball tight.
Who are you going to throw it at? I'm too close.
It's wet.
So's the floor now.
Yep, so is my sock. It just went down my sock. Yep. Is it grippy or is it's still grippy or is it wet? Like,
No, it's wet.
But is it
It's slippery.
It'd be hard to control.
You think that would be hard to control?
We're talking about the ball.
And then by the time it went up to the kickoff and I kick it, right,
It
you
doesn't
catch that?
retain water.
it doesn't contain water.
No.
Retain.
So that whole bullshit with the water squirting,
Yeah.
you think it was warranted?
No.
Over to all. It's still grippy. It's a little not as grippy, but you got to remember too, they've got spray grip on their hands. So then that probably activates a little bit with water.
Don't we know it?
And what's the difference if it hits the wet ground as well? There's
right.
always
That doesn't
moisture on the
matter.
floor.
And there's
That's not
sweat.
in it.
We all know about sweat.
This one time
At band camp.
at band camp, Portia was holding her pom-poms out. Really nice pom-poms they were. David Clemmer comes running out the tunnel with the spray grip on his hand and he takes off with the pom-pom. Oh,
And he
it was so embarrassing.
couldn't get them off. So
Yes,
from that day
guys.
onwards, Clemmer had to seek counselling and everything after that.
No more pom-poms, Portia.
But anyway, over to Mark. And yeah, that was our ball for this week.
You can see how that would. From that.
But you've got grip on your hands.
Yeah.
So then it wouldn't really matter by the time they kick that and
It goes 50 metres up.
50 metres in the air.
You'd have
If
to
you
test
kick-
the theory out on a field.
Field, yeah. Well,
Okay.
if you kick the ball, all the water would just come straight off it anyway.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's on
So we'll go.
And you got sweat.
We'll go down to the Curry Sports Ground and we'll put a bomb up and see if you can.
We'll do it.
We'll let you chase it.
But even if the
No, I'll
ball
put the
was
bomb up.
dry, no one here could catch it.
I'd still drop it, mate, honestly.
I'd give it a crack.
He's good with his ball. With
I,
other
I was a,
people's
I
balls.
was a handy fullback back in the day. Not.
My,
I was just a hooker.
Well, we know.
Very
A cheap
poor
one, yeah.
Very poor one.
my coordination's not that great.
Oh, it is. Stop it. You'd be
The
great.
say-
hand
I
to
did
ball
say not.
coordination.
Anyway, moving on. What's giving me the Schmitz this week?
What isn't? The rain,
No, you're not.
me, your mum.
You're not giving me the Schmitz.
Not yet.
Interest
Week's
rates
not
have gone
over yet.
down.
Yeah.
Down, down.
You know what's not giving me the Smiths? Trying that sauce. I can't wait.
Yes, and funny you say that because what's giving me the Schmitz was brought to you by Chateau de Ferrol, our good mate Chris, who has come up with the Schmidt sauce, the Schmidt barbecue sauce, and don't quote me, but I think it was $15 a bottle,
15, I think, yeah.
and all proceeds go to the Schmidt Foundation. to
And
help
as
others
a
and-
connoisseur of Chateau de Ferrol, Chris's sauces, he makes some really good sauces, so definitely something that's going to be
him too.
really
He's
nice.
got some good meat.
It's got
I'll have to
juicy
go and
meat
try 'em out.
and creamy sauces. And nice rubs.
Oh, there you go. I'll get that too.
You got the lot.
No, good bloke. So jump on, grab him. We've still got about 20 bottles left in this shipment. So jump in, grab them, and yeah. Anyway, what's given me the Schmitz was the James Fisher Harris tackle for a starter. He can get suspended for 1 week for that. Then, like you said, Crichton gets fined for something even worse. No consistency with the bullshit across the league, because that's all it is. And they've just robbed the fans of, that's who they're robbing, not the players. The Warriors at home this week.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
So, okay, the Warriors are away a lot, in other towns, other countries. And to have a player like James Fisher-Harris now banned from that week, they've just robbed the Warriors faithful.
Yeah.
That's, once again, the inconsistency of the NRL and the inconsistency of the referees and linesmen with the calls at the Broncos.
Potentially have cost them a game, as
Good.
we discussed before.
100%. And that's what's given me the Schmidts this week. But,
Anything else?
Kurt Man.
Yes. That would have surprised me.
No, I had something there, didn't I?
Isn't he 18th man?
Yes, 18th man. What do you got to do to get into the team? I don't get it. Like, how many...
He's been playing well.
Playing what do you have to do to get in the team? What kind of message is this sending to young kids? Yeah, he's 18th man again, but what? I don't get it.
See, in my opinion, Tom Dearden should be in the halves and Dale Terry Evans should be.
Daly Cherry Evans probably wouldn't make my team now. He hasn't played. It's picked on form, isn't it? Well, his form hasn't been that good.
Yeah.
Just does not come into.
It becomes a bit of a popularity contest, I think, at some point. They get some big stars in there, get a bit of controversy, like Trell Mitt.
But okay, we'll have a quick look at the Queensland side here while we're having a chat. But Kalen Ponga, Coates, Robert from the Roosters. There's for example, he wouldn't be in my team.
Got nothing
Number
against.
4.
I got nothing against Bo Femore.
Bo Firma, he deserves it.
Yeah.
100% he does.
Hamiso Tabai
Yep.
I'd have
Munster, Cherry Evans doesn't make my team. Mo Waker doesn't make my team.
I wouldn't put Harry Grant in either, to be honest.
Neither does Ruben Cotter.
Harry Grant and Ruben Cotter have both been out injured for a while, so they're a bit of a liability. But
Harry Grant sort of, unfortunately, speaks for himself, I think.
yeah,
Who's number 10, Smitter?
Tino, big Tino.
What's the last name?
Something.
Fasua.
Malalali, that'll do.
That's very close. Well
that's
done.
very good.
Suab Malalali.
Oh, I've got a pimple on my tongue.
Malawi.
He don't. If Tino's in for sure. Ruben Cotter, question mark.
Jaden Sewer didn't make it.
Well, that's
I'd
one that probably would have made my team on the bench at least.
I'd say they've just tried to put some Cowboys players in on the Queensland side.
But I mean, if you want to win, you got to pick your side that's going to.
Yeah.
Even Lindsay Collins. What's the Lindsay Collins done this year?
He's been injured.
Doesn't make sense.
To be honest, I probably wouldn't have even picked Kalen Ponga.
I guess they're just going for the experience.
The problem is, who do you put there?
Not
I'd-
Reece Walsh because
Would
he's
you
in
not put the Hammer?
Yeah.
I'd
yeah.
put Hammer as fullback.
But then who do you put on the wing? Dane Gagai?
Would you not bring Cobbo in?
Well,
Gagai was on last
There you go.
year in Queensland.
there's
wasn't
another one. Like Gagai could have been in front of Robert Toya.
100%. Like Kylie just said, Selwyn Cobbo. Selwyn
But
he?
yeah,
Cobbo's
really
been playing.
well.
Selwyn Cobbo, yeah.
Oh.
It does not make sense to me. And honestly, I hope you get your pants pulled down, Billy Slater, and lose the game.
Well, we've seen a Queenslander recently with their pants pulled down, so what's the
And
more?
he's in the 19.
Jesse Arthurs.
He'll be wearing tight pants this time.
Yeah.
There's good names
Well,
up
he's
there.
already got. Well, he might. He had maroon pants on the weekend. So
No, they were red.
yeah, red. Well, close. Yeah, crimson.
But yeah, like I said, there is good names there, but you
But
can't
they
just
don't
get
seem
picked
like-
on your name.
Yeah, they don't seem like, to me, looking at that as opposed to looking at the New South Wales side, that's not gelling for me.
So
Where
is good for the Blues.
Which the Blues is. And I just think that, it'd be good to have some healthy competition, tight, close games is what we want to see.
okay, I change on Billy Slater. Mo Waker goes. Patrick Carrigan goes into the other prop for starting for me. Kurt Mann goes to lock, and the Ginger Cat comes on the bench.
Even like
And Gay Guy in for Robert Toya
Yeah.
or
even
Selwyn.
Funi Fuiaki, like he's number 20. I know he probably won't get a run, but
No.
like surely Corey Horsburgh could have been in front of him.
But my issue is, okay, Kurt Mann was 18th man before, didn't get on. So then he's away from the Dogs this week.
Yes.
If he sits there and doesn't get on, that's a bit of a kick in the ass.
Yeah,
Not just to Kerr, but to the
Because he
dog.
can't play, can't he?
No.
The only vowel he doesn't have in his name, is an O.
And or Holmes.
A-E-I.
Or Holmes.
Not Old McDonald.
Holmes?
Yeah, he's a vowel.
Oh, funny. I watched too much Wheel of Fortune when I was a kid.
Did you?
I love that show.
Did you go bankrupt or?
Probably. I'm bankrupt.
No, you're not. You're rich in love.
True.
Yeah, so. Anyway.
He does have the same amount of vowels. So
Pardon?
he does have the same amount of vowels.
You're just missing the U.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Anyway, we're off on a tangent, aren't we?
Again.
Yeah.
Still.
I think Big Tino might have every single vowel. Oh, no. Nah, there's no.
A-E-I-O-U.
He does.
Oh, he
He
does.
does. There you go.
The only thing I'm missing with here is I would have liked Reece Walsh to play, and
That's
Ezra,
too many vowels.
Watch him get hurt.
And the one above.
I would have liked Reece Walsh and Ezra Mann to be on
Yeah.
You want Ezra Mann?
I need to get out more.
for this game.
Well, so Spencer can flog the crap out of him.
I reckon it'll just bring a bit more.
What, 7 minutes in and Reece Walsh is on the ground with the HIA?
Was
Again?
it that long?
With an injured,
7 minutes.
With an injured eyebrow.
But did we see any fireworks happening? I think there's going to be
There's got to be an origin.
because
Oh,
they don't like Spencer up there. As soon as Spencer comes on, and Spencer's not going to back down.
I got a bit of a silly question. It might be silly, but why is Ponga always playing for Queensland? Is he a
He's from
Queensland boy?
Queensland,
Yeah, okay.
He was born in WA, but he played in Queensland. And then
New Zealand. Yeah, he's got a bit of everything in
he's a
him.
Hines.
Big bad.
Who's reffing?
I don't know, Ashley Klein,
Did say. Leave it with me. Sugar.
It'd have to be Klein, wouldn't it?
No. It was announced today. Well, I seen it. I can't remember.
I'm doing my research right now.
But with the New South Wales side too, there's not any changes. I think we've gone over that pretty much.
It was a yes or no question. Wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it was. Yeah, but I reckon
Still went off on tangents.
there's going to be a little bit of fireworks, and I mean it makes a good spectacle. It makes a good game. We all sit
There
there.
it is.
There you go, Ashley Klein.
That was Klein.
It's Klein
Go
for the
up.
Are you
first
sure?
one.
Oh, down.
Game 1's Klein. Game 2 is...
I thought Chris Butler got. Oh, my apologies.
Senior review official.
Yeah, senior. I thought he got the.
So
yeah.
is that the bunker, is it?
Yes. The shit house. Because that's what it'll be. The shit house calls.
8:05 p.m.
I like
There you
that.
go.
I'll be out of work, zooming home for that.
So
Possibly, I won't, mate.
anyway,
I'll
time
let
for
you
a
know
bit
how
of
it goes.
bit of jokes. Bit of fun.
Maybe. Brought to you by.
Our jokes jokes of the week brought to you by our good mate Chris at the sign shop. So
What a legend.
Also doing some faces for you this week. To take the banner off.
Yep.
And he's been doing some new wraps on cars and stickers on ours, and
Very
Yeah.
bright, very vibrant. I like it.
might be time for a new wrap soon, eh, on the ute.
Again?
Yeah, we're going to put the new logo on that, aren't we?
Oh, fair call.
Yeah.
Didn't
I've
you
got
just
it.
get it done?
Yeah?
Didn't you just get it done?
Mine. On mine.
Guys.
I swear you just got the ute wrapped.
Yeah,
Yeah,
12
last
months
year.
ago.
Oh, there you go.
But see, we,
Just to get Gary's face off the back.
Yeah.
yeah. But, you know, we're going to
I went with you.
eventually get it
We all
done.
went.
Go to the new logo and,
Yeah,
Yeah.
KTP.
yeah, that's us forever. So, anyway, golly.
Chris says to Dean, "What are you getting your wife Kylie this Christmas?" Dean replies, "Diamond earrings and a Mercedes." Chris asks, "Why are you getting her 2 gifts?" Dean says, "Well, if she doesn't like the earrings, she can drive to the store and exchange them." Chris nods, then Dean asks, "So what are you getting your wife Delwyn this year?" Chris thinks about it for a second and replies, "A pair of slippers and a dildo." Dean asks, "Why are those 2 things?" Chris astutely responds, "This way, if she doesn't like the slippers, she can go F herself."
Should probably like them. No, slippers.
I'm sure she's probably said those a few times to Chris.
Slippers.
No.
Yeah. Courtney goes to the doctor, worried about her husband Gary's temper. The doctor asks, "What's the problem?" Courtney says, "Doctor, I don't know what to do. Every day my husband seems to lose his temper for no reason, and it scares me. The doctor says, I have a cure for that. When it seems that your husband is getting angry, just take a glass of water and start swishing it in your mouth. Just swish and swish, but don't swallow it until he either leaves the room or calms down. 2 weeks later, Courtney comes back to the doctor looking fresh and reborn. Courtney says, Doctor, that was a brilliant idea. Every time my husband started losing it, I swished with water. I swished, and he calmed right down. How does a glass of water do that? The doctor says, the water itself does nothing. It's keeping your mouth shut that does the trick.
Rough.
Oh, well, we're on the theme of Courtney and Gary.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, you and Dylan get a break this week?
Yeah, that curtain robe's getting put up.
Courtney arrives home from work and her husband Gary notices she's wearing a diamond necklace. Gary asks Courtney, where did you get that necklace? Courtney replies, I won it in a raffle at work. Now go get my bath ready while I start dinner. The next day, Courtney arrives home from work wearing a diamond bracelet. Gary asks, where did you get that bracelet? Courtney replies, I won it in a raffle at work. Now go get my bath ready while I start dinner. The next day, Gary notices Courtney arrives home from work wearing a mink coat. He says, I suppose you won that in a raffle at work. Courtney replies, yeah, I did. How did you guess? Now go get my bath ready while I start supper. Later after supper, Courtney goes to take her bath and she notices there is only 1 inch of water in the tub. She yells to Gary, hey, there's only 1 inch of water in the tub. He replies, I didn't want you to get your raffle ticket wet.
Was it a diamond necklace or a pearl necklace?
Oh.
I bet you've had one.
Or 2.
With the matching bracelet.
I'll tell you what, there's only a few weeks left before our live show, isn't there? Gonna have to find some crackers for that.
I have to go back through the archives.
I think Jesse Afters has got a good. He's got a crack.
He had to go back to the man's ass, didn't
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Well, he was just beating you.
It's just what?
Oh.
he? Yeah.
Yeah. No, he can.
Is that what you were doing
You can
outside?
beat him if you like. I'll save that.
Dreams are free.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, so road trip.
Yeah, 4 hours down and 4 hours back, isn't it?
Oh, God, I hope I don't have them pains in the belly again.
Yeah, so does everyone else in the car.
Kids.
Better not get in my car on the way home then.
You know what I did last night? I don't care. I was in the shower. He'd just gotten out.
Oh.
I take the longest showers and he gets sick of waiting. So he got out. And the noise of the fart on the bottom of the shower is the
So
best.
good.
It's the best.
I thought there was
Or
an
in a bath
earthquake.
if you've got like a shower bath. Yeah.
And it stinks even more when it's hot water. So I let one rip and then I'm like, come
One?
give me a kiss. I didn't think he would. He comes over and he goes,
I used my brains. I thought, if I've got to taste it, at least I'm not going to smell it.
and then you walk out of the bathroom,
Remember when you used to go and you eat your vegetables? You used to hold your nose and chew them?
Brussels sprouts.
Love Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
Sprouts.
So the bet is the loser has to dress up the following week. Yeah, I'll go with that.
You dress up as a priest because you need Jesus in your life.
The closest thing to God you'll ever get.
True.
Anyway, sorry to all the religious people out there. We'll take a short break and be back shortly. And thanks again.
No worries.
And a big shout out to all your Penrith fans down there. We might see them on the weekend. We might have, actually, before we go, we might even give out a prize on the weekend for the best Penrith supporter picture from the weekend. Might even see if we've got a Penrith prize pack and do one for the Knights as well. See what we got there. Do something. Anyway, we'll catch you in the shower.
No, I'll beat you to it.
True.
We'll hear
All right,
you from
guys.
down here.
Take a short break and we'll be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back. It's time for Talking Schmidt. And Talking Schmidt is brought to you by our great mates at Extreme Go-Karts. Can't wait for that race. It's the race that stops the nation. No Melbourne Cup. It's the race that stops the nation. It's definitely the nighttime cup. So call on number 1. Who we got there?
David Lloyd.
G'day, David. How are you, buddy?
Good, buddy.
What's your question for us, mate?
Will New South Wales take out the Origin this year again? I know the girls will, and I hope the guys do too.
Mate, I think we'll take out game one, put it that way, but depends on the sides, who's in, who's not for the second one. But for game one, I think the Blues will take it, Gaz.
Yep. With that halves
Go
pairing.
the Blues.
With that halves pairing, if they keep them, mate, it's phenomenal.
Mark?
Yeah, if they're allowed a clean game, so not too much interference from the ref, I think we'll clean up easy.
Yeah. The ref gets in the way all the time. That's what the problem is. Because the game on the weekend, he got hit by the ball at the back on his back.
Yeah, no, that's
He was in. I know refs always get in the way.
Yeah, no, that was a trainer. The ref should have called that game off. That bloke was in some severe pain and was in the area of the play, so should have called that game off. So the ref, he was at fault that one.
Yeah, it was the
No,
one where
but the ref got hit with the ball.
Yeah, it was the trainer that got hit. Oh, and
No,
it was the ref.
different.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
The ref got hit.
He didn't watch and it dropped short from where he was and he was turned around and
Yes, I did see that one. Sorry, apologies.
2 inches off being a Falcon.
Yeah.
Glory.
Yeah.
You probably get a fine for that, eh?
Obviously, I think New South Wales will win 3-0 this year.
Fair enough, Courtney.
Yeah, I reckon we've got it in the bag this year. Got a good side on paper. Let's hopefully that we can put it down on the field.
Well, I reckon they both take the whole series out.
Yeah, well, let's hope. Being a Blues supporter, let's hope, mate. But hopefully that's answered your question for you, buddy. And you're in the draw for Caller of the Week for the $200 cash or the Says Inc. tattoo voucher.
Yeah. Thank you. Go
Thanks,
the Blues.
Go the Blues.
Go the Blues.
Go the
Everybody.
Blues.
Go all the way, all the way.
Thanks, champion.
See ya.
Bye,
Have a
mate.
great night, guys.
Bye. Good night,
See
mate.
ya.
Too easy,
Bye.
legend. All right, guys, time for caller number 2. Who we got there?
We've got Mark here.
Hey, Mark, how are you, champion?
Not too bad, not too bad. It's funny since the last time I spoke to you, how the comps changed so much.
Yeah, Parramatta have won a game.
Yeah, I know. Who'd they beat again?
Yeah, Knights.
Yeah, no, Gaz would be happy with that.
Settle down.
Yeah, no, Gaz is a good sport, I must admit. He's
Oh,
not
I
one
know.
to rub it in. But none of us really rub it into each other on the crew. Like,
We just have a bit of banter.
yeah, a little
Bit of
bit, but
fun.
nothing major, which is good because it's...
We don't take it to
It's
heart.
always healthy.
No.
Exactly.
We don't take it to heart just from the behind, eh, Corey? But yeah, no, we're all good sports here. And I suppose, us being Knight supporters, we can't give it to anyone.
Well, we're playing the Knights after the Panthers.
Oh, we
Yeah.
might have to have a bet.
That's a Friday night at Cogra.
Oh, good.
Oh, look it out.
Probably lose that one. Anyway, champion, what's your question for us, mate?
Mate, Lockie Galvin's situation doesn't seem to be dying anytime soon, does it?
Nah, when you got a manager like he has, it won't
Yeah.
die.
Yeah, well, I was listening to Reedy today about it, and apparently he was basically booed when he left the field on after the Rabbitohs game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they're talking it up again. Like they're saying, if you listen to the media at the moment, they're saying, before it was the June 30 deadline,
I did hear
they
that.
could, yeah, he could be out the door.
I did hear that too.
Let him go.
Destination where? And it's always up in the air.
Yeah, well,
Parramatta.
Yes, we can only hope. We can
but
only
if
hope.
you're the Tigers, I'd probably let him go. If I've got someone else on the radar,
Yeah.
I'll go, well, look, he don't want to be here. He's not a part of the future. All right.
Yeah.
What are you going to give me? If we let him go, what are you going to give us in return? Well,
Yeah.
say they've got a player from Newcastle they're looking at. I would still go to Parramatta and say, okay, you want Lockie? What are you going to give us to let him go?
Unless
us
you get back to that three-way situation
That's
again.
what I
Where
said.
it's-
Yeah, the potential three-way swap, isn't it?
That's right. So something
absolutely.
like that could happen because Kaipi's paw is all but signed,
Yeah.
which I don't think he really, realistically, after speaking to him, I don't think he actually wanted to go.
Yeah.
But it's a case of, well, you got no choice.
Yeah.
But I hope he goes well there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a
Well,
interesting
jokes
one.
aside, you would have been happy with the way Dylan played against you guys on the other night.
Not really.
Oh, really?
No, I'm still. Oh, no disrespect to Dylan. Like, this is
Yeah.
purely coming from a Knights fan and sitting there on the bench. But I still yet to see $1.3 million worth.
Yeah, what did he do?
I agree.
Didn't do $1.3 million.
For me, a $1.3 million player is a Nathan Cleary.
Lomax.
No, not even so.
No, no, mate.
Yeah, maybe a Ponga on his day, but even still this year, has he lived up to that kind of money?
No, 700,000.
No.
And if I still go back to it, like, I hope I'm wrong because I like Dylan Brown as a person. Like, he's a good dude. But if I was in the Knight system and they had to have known this for a long time that they're going to chase someone like this, I would have went to Jerome Luai and said, here's $1 million.
Yep.
Come and play for Newcastle with Ponga. Luai will come up, have a look at the city, give the bastard the lighthouse if he wanted it. I don't care. But if you're going to throw that much money out, Luai would have been, love him or hate him, take your Knights goggles off.
Yeah.
He's a proven half. He's a proven
Absolutely.
5'8". He's won 4 premierships. How many Origin series? And he's done it with Samoa. What more do you want for $1 million?
Exactly.
That's just
Exactly.
Yeah.
that's my opinion. I mean, I hope Brown comes here and he changes, but I don't see it.
Well, I did like he started actually using using more of his kicking game. I noticed against the Knights.
But the problem is there, Ponga likes to be a kicker too and control the game. So there's going to be too many Chiefs controlling.
Yeah.
For me, I think Brown plays well with Moses. So when Brown leaves Parramatta, I don't think he'll be the player that he is at Parramatta.
Well, Fletcher Sharp will go to half.
Yeah.
So then where does that leave Gamble? 14, 13?
Yeah.
I just don't think that's going to work. Ponga, Sharp, Gamble.
Yeah.
Brown.
Brown.
I just don't think Brown is the piece of the puzzle we need.
Hoping to be proven wrong.
Oh, 100% I hope by him. But I just don't see it. You know, they go, oh yeah, Ponga's going to this, Ponga's going to... Okay, if that's the case, what happens if Ponga goes down round 2 and he's out for the season?
Yeah.
So who's going to be the missing piece there? Mark?
Exactly.
Sharp has to go back to fullback.
But then who's going to play 5'8"?
Oh, we've got enough halfbacks at the moment, don't we?
Well, and some. But I just don't think... I honestly, like, I say this with all due respect towards any player.
Yeah.
I just don't see $1.3 million.
No, he's not Mark.
No, I don't.
No.
I've never seen it.
Jerome Hughes maybe throw in, or even...
We end up eating our words, I guess, with this whole thing, but
this even hurts me to say it. But
happen.
yeah.
what's Reece Walsh on?
1.2. I think he's just under Ponga. Ponga's 1.3.
I can't believe I'm saying this. Eh?
Walsh is 1.2.
No.
But even he's probably proven more value for money.
Then Dill.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying that. Hit me with a fish.
Where is he?
Yeah, so I don't know, mate. Like, I hope I'm wrong. I honestly do. But yeah, I just don't see it. I just don't see it personally.
No, there's no, mate. I don't see it either.
Young Katoa from the Dolphins.
Yes, he's going well.
Why didn't they get in his ear and say, well, you know, even if you are contracts mean shit. Come down and play for us. We'll give you 800,000. So you say 800,000. There's the rest. We could have bumped up Leo's to stay.
Yeah. Yes, but mind you, Patel's thriving under Wolf now.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Players thriving under different coaches. Does it go back to the whole saying? Do we need a new coach?
Yeah. You got to pay him out to get rid of him.
That's the problem. The club is absolutely stupid. When they sign him, there's no clauses to get out, and you know. So now they're going to have to pay him $2 million or put up with him.
Yeah. How much longer you got him for?
2 years, correct?
Yeah, there you go.
But the problem is, you have a look at Ponga, as we were looking at earlier in the press conference the other week. He's rolling his eyes and stuff. Something's not right.
No.
Anyway, someone else take over. Anyone else?
No, you've hit the nail on the head, mate.
Said it all.
Anyway, I know it's talking Schmidt, but feel free to jump in anytime, guys. But
It's all been said.
hopefully that's answered your question, mate. And you're in the draw for a question of the week. And I must apologise to Juice Bomb. Tonight's segment is brought to you by Juice Bomb, not Extreme Indoor Go-Karts. I was just getting a little carried away for our race. But, yeah, our lovely mates at Juice Bomb, which will have some more other exciting drinks very soon as well, too. So, and they're healthy. They're a healthy option too. So
Very nice.
no sugar in all the schools as well with Chill J. So yeah. Also, mate, we've got a live show coming up soon, a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Saturday the 7th of June.
7th of June.
Yeah, it'll be a live show kicking off at 6 o'clock, unedited, uncensored. It's going to be a fun.
Unfiltered.
Yeah, it's going to be a fundraiser for those two young boys that have leukemia. So
No worries.
there's going to be
Sounds
some
like a good
auctions, and yeah, we're even going to get a little bit of fun together and get Corey to shave his head into a mohawk. You know, things like that. Hang on.
I'll be wearing a leopard skin G-string.
Ugh.
And an eyebrow.
Pink
And
too, aren't we?
Yeah, so your eyebrows have got to go off as well.
Can I leave the eyebrows?
No,
No, but I can do something else.
it was
I'll
only
leave-
one eyebrow.
Yeah,
one
no,
eyebrow.
No, I'll leave the eyebrow because that's
Oh,
obviously.
we can't. Oh, mate's already.
But can I do
Don't
something?
do that.
Change it, like maybe just do the
No.
mo.
I'll
No.
bleach his tips.
Oh,
On that note, anyway, mate.
all right, you have a good night, guys.
Thanks, champion.
Thanks,
Enjoy
mate.
the rest of the show.
Go
See you,
Para.
mate.
No worries. See us.
All right, caller number 3. Who we got there?
Hi guys, it's Kate.
G'day, Kate. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad at all. What's your question for us tonight?
I'm just wondering if you guys have heard anything about what's going on with Bradman Bess.
He's not the best.
Oh, I do believe
beg to differ.
He's got a little bit of a groin issue.
Okay.
I thought it was a hammy.
Or hammy, or leg issue, and needs a good rub. I think, Mark. Is that correct?
Oh, I would say so.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't want to get near him with the Phoenix.
Oh, I'll put my hand up.
Yes.
I can fight.
Oh,
Corey's in.
Corey, yes. I'll put my hand
No,
up.
the Phoenix.
Corey and Courtney. Both have got.
Look,
MA.
I can fight, so I'll give it a rub.
See who rubs it the best, eh? Yeah. Well, it was this time last year he got injured too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Again, and
Origin.
I remember
Yeah.
it was a game against Brisbane. He come on after the Origin game and he played 10 minutes and he
It's off again.
went off.
Yeah.
Yeah, came good for Origin and then back for club. Or no
yeah,
good for club.
that's right, because it was after he done his mouth in that third game.
I hope to be honest, I hope he comes good in the next couple of weeks. But they're saying, what was it, 6 weeks?
Yeah.
Could be even longer.
Wow, I'd love to see him play Origin again with Critter. Like, they killed it. I'd love to see that again. Unfortunately for us Knights fans, it's not looking good, but yeah, I don't think he's going to help us anyway. We got more issues than just Bradman Best, I think. Yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it, Mark?
At least he can catch the football from high ball.
Well, this is... Oh, stop it. I know where you're going there. I can't pick on him.
No. There's no one in the wings can do it
So,
at the moment.
I can't pick on Greggy.
No, his replacement did the same.
Well, this is true.
Fletcher Hunt.
Maybe his hair got in the way.
Oh, the kid played a good game, but where I was sitting, I seen him get in the way a few times, and I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Ponga. He pushed him. He's like, mate, move.
It was his first
Gotta
grade.
go.
Yeah, he was nervous, but he
It was
did
solid,
play
but-
pretty hard.
He did not stop trying.
No.
And good on the kid. The only issue I did have with him was straight after the game, he wasn't involved with the players. He was over with his family, which I get. It's if I just wish Ponga or someone senior went and said, "Hey man, come and get involved with us."
Yeah.
So it made him feel like and get involved and then go see your family.
Yeah.
That probably would have done a lot of confidence to the kid. But yeah, back on Bradman. Bradman will come good again. He's too good of a champion player not to, but maybe he just needs to go over to Bali for a bit.
I think I heard this is his fourth hamstring injury. Is it not? Fourth?
Bit rough and he only got 2.
Yeah.
He's a horse.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog. Yeah. Oh, hopefully that's answered your question for you, Kate, and you're in the draw for caller of the week.
Yep, thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of the show.
See you, mate.
Oh, you enjoy the rest of the show.
We
Will
enjoy it
do.
all the time, mate.
Thanks, Kate. Appreciate your call.
Thank you. Bye.
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 All right, guys. Is that the last of the calls this week, or do we have another one? That's only 3 this week. All right, guys. Caller of the week. Who are we going to give it to? I reckon Kate was pretty funny.
Yep.
Yeah, we had a little bit of fun on that. So. Kate, you are the caller of the week, and you go into the draw to win the Sayers Inc. tattoo voucher or the $200 cash. Thanks to Nighttime Podcast and Sayers Inc. And we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back shortly. All right, guys. Welcome back. It's time for the week that was, brought to you by Harry Schnitzels. Yum.
Yum.
And the week that was, Mark. Do we want to know?
No, Knights versus Eels.
Yeah.
Gary?
Next.
The week that
Give
was.
me 3 seconds of fame.
There wasn't much to talk about there for us.
No.
No.
Rain held out.
Very.
Well, that was a good part.
And the crowd was 20 grand. 20,000 wasn't too bad.
22,000 or something.
But it still didn't have the atmosphere.
No, it's pretty sad when your home ground is getting out voiced by the away
Paris.
fans.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did they
You're
get
wrong.
booed?
Yep, they did.
Yeah.
At the end, second week in a row.
I didn't. Or was it at the referees? That's the problem.
No.
That one wasn't.
No.
He didn't have a terrible ref game. It was fairly decent. It
Oh.
let flow, but
That was
was a
Todd
cou-
Smith, wasn't it?
There was a couple of things in there. I
Sin bin
thought
on
you're an
Carpy's
idiot.
ball was a bit.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
that was actually quite silly what he did. He pushed him over.
No.
it was fourth in a row or something.
It was fourth in the row, but you got a little bitch on the ground that's hitting you from down the ground. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm going to lash back out too. So why wasn't that little pipsqueak on the ground pulled in line for that?
I don't think he was calling you a little bitch.
No.
I don't think that.
You know, he's on the ground and he's like that. I said, 5 years balls pushing him back. What are you supposed to do? Sit there and let him hit you?
Yeah.
Not a chance in the world.
It was just collateral on the back of penalty after penalty after penalty.
100%.
Yeah.
It was always going to happen.
Oh, I said to him, we walked past 10 minutes, well, worth it. You know, when you get out there, give him
It was
a
the only
hide.
time they got clapped.
Yeah, well.
We all know, remember who got clapped one day for getting 10 in the bin?
Oh, the clam. How good was that?
Yeah.
I still remember that. Goosebump material.
But the Eels played well, Gaz.
Thanks,
The
mate.
I
Eels
don't think
were.
they played that well.
Oh, good on you.
No.
Roast me bubble.
No. Credit where credit's due. You were the better team. But I think we played you to look better than what you actually were. No disrespect. There's still, I think there's a long way for the Eels, but 2 points, 2 points. You well deserved. They were the better team. But I think we made them look better than they were.
We don't usually win too many at McDonald Jones Stadium either.
I don't know. You've won a few there lately.
We don't
Every
usually
time I went, we
lose
lost.
many, but we don't win many lately.
Moses was starting to fire, so
And
Windrill
Blomax.
Moses every time
Mike
England would have a
Lomax.
whinge.
Momax.
Momax, yeah. Momax pair.
it's.
I think
good
is
kicking games
that
or
the
good
first time
catch-up.
them two have actually played?
It was the first game, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they gelled really well. Lomax and Moses and Addo Carr. Holy dooly.
I thought.
What a trio.
I thought when Moses and Lomax played in Origin last year, I thought they gelled well.
They
I thought
did
when
well.
Lomax signed with Parramatta, I thought it was going to be a.
Yeah, it's a good
Combination.
kick target.
They
You know what it
were
reminds me
brilliant.
of?
And he's playing on the wing again.
Do you know what it reminds me of, Bob? Albert and John's days.
Yeah.
Where they had a good winger and a good half. That's what it reminds me of. All right, as a Para fan, for you guys, like, there's going to be some good times ahead.
Yeah.
So what was the idea of Lomax playing on the wing again when he's playing centre?
He's a better winger.
Well,
In my opinion.
we all
We
agree
all
with
know
that.
that, except
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
Hey.
Anyway, you excited to see him back?
Well, I was actually at work at the time, but I watched the replay of this, and I was excited to see him back. Wish it was red and white though, but
Fair enough.
A lot smaller in person. I thought he was a little bit bigger. I was sitting.
about
I don't know. I've got a
Corey.
photo with him, and he's
He's
a
got
lot
good
bigger than
hops.
that.
I was sitting 3 rows back, and I was like,
Yeah, up closer they do.
yeah.
Speaking of up close and bigger, Tyrone Thompson, how big is he?
He's a big boy.
He's a machine.
Yeah.
How many weeks of suspension has he got left? 1?
Is that
What
Tyrone?
didn't he get 3?
3
Two or
weeks.
three?
Yeah,
For
3
calling a
weeks.
cheat.
I'm calling the ref a cheat.
I thought it was 1 week. 2 weeks.
I'll tell you what, he gets the Danny
Truth is.
Medeiros medal for me this year. Oh, I love it. Anyway, moving on. Bulldogs 24 outdone the Roosters at the end.
Another comeback from the
24-20.
Dogs.
Tough game, that one.
I think it was 14-0 at half time of the Roosters.
Yeah, apparently Critter came out and said, no, we're not going to lose this. And
Second week in a row.
They're not going to take it.
Mark N tried to save it with some solo effort.
Nawaka Quintawasi.
Everything's floating again.
Number 5, Roosters.
Marky Mark.
That was brilliant. I will forever talk about that. That was such a great try.
Go back through the archives. Jared Hayne done exactly the same.
Yeah, but again.
Jared
He did in Origin. Was that in Origin?
Yeah.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was.
yes, I do remember that. Right
Yes.
wing.
Yes. Might have been left.
Left.
Left. I knew it was right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kicked it.
50.
Ran out, ran back
It
in.
was either one or the other.
Hang on, I'll phone a friend.
You couldn't just try to recreate that. You
Season
That was a
season
spur.
it.
moment.
He's
spur
in
of the
a movie
moment.
now.
Hey.
Jared Haynes in a movie.
The longest yard.
Longest yard.
Longest yard. He's actually out of the
He
clean.
got acquitted, didn't he?
Yeah,
He did,
he's-
but he was playing for
playing league now.
Wentworthville. Is that
You reckon?
correct?
You reckon? A little bit of cash.
His first game, he looked unfit.
Oh, of course.
There's a couple of errors.
Yeah,
and
but
a
how
couple
old
of-
is
He's had a couple of hamburgers.
How old is he?
I don't know, about 34 or something. I don't
I
know.
was
He
a bit
just
old.
it did not look like he was a player.
Nah, you know, same as Jared Mullen. Like Jared Mullen's fitting, but you know he's not going to come back again. But we go, oh, yeah, Jared Mullen. He's had his time.
Where is Jared
Time's
Mullen
done.
playing? now? Is it
Playing. No, he's some country town or something.
All right.
Might even see getting him on one day, Jared Mullen.
Yeah.
Anyone that goes to jail, but it's going to change them. So that's a
He'll be in your glory in
there's a
jail.
bit
wouldn't
going on.
Oh, you're an
there.
inmate or in all your mates.
he? Oh,
All
he's
your
been.
inmates.
He'd be dropping the soap on purpose. They'll be staying away from him.
Would you pick up
Not
the
again.
cell for me?
Not again,
lover?
Corey.
This crap is mine.
And your favourite saying?
Group hugs in the showers.
You sick puppy.
Dolphins 12, Warriors 16. This was I really enjoyed this game. I actually did. I thought it was a great game. One of the games of the round, to be honest. I enjoyed it that much.
How good are the Warriors?
Oh, yeah. And the crowd they get.
Yeah.
Like, the crowd love them.
They're halfway. I saw if like they were all the way battling down to Caxton again, like it was in Magic Round, as you touched on. There was a stream of them.
Yeah, they were marching up Caxton
Yeah.
afterwards, celebrating, which is an awesome video to see.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to get on there. You know, I've got a soft spot for him, but obviously the Knights can't make it, let's be real. It's not looking good for the Panthers either, let's be real. So I say up the Wars. Up the Wars. And go the Pound Puppies. I'd love to see the Pound Puppies and the Wars in a grand final.
That's the two main
I've
ones, isn't it?
always had a soft spot for Canberra, so I'd like to see them have a
Yeah,
crack
I
too.
wouldn't be disappointed if Canberra got in, but personally, obviously for other reasons too, I'd like to see the Dogs and Warriors grand final. But who do I want to win? Oh, I couldn't tell you that.
Fish Arrows versus Kurt Mann, if there was.
Can we have a draw? And Barney.
Yeah, oh, that's right.
Anyway, thank you. My little assistant there.
Yeah.
You didn't steal my sheet.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, that's okay.
Sherry.
Cowboys 6 went down to the Seagulls 24. It's very disappointing in the Cowboys' performance, to be honest. It was
Diabolical.
disgraceful.
Well, they're either on or they're way off.
And they were way out.
They won 4 on a bounce, and they've lost, what is that now, their first loss or second loss in a row?
Yeah, second, I think. Because I don't think the Seagulls were that good. I just think the Cowboys were that shit. But a win's a win. And, you know,
Pretty much the same as Parramatta and Knights.
anyway, that was...
Wins a win.
Yeah. But I didn't like Todd Payton coming out there the week before having a whinge about the referees when some decisions when his own backyard wasn't perfect, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, anyway. Sharks 31, done the Storm 26.
That was a bit of
That
an
was a
upset.
shock.
A bit controversial.
I picked the Sharks.
You're the only one.
That's the only one
No.
I got right out of the whole round.
I picked the Sharks in one, accidentally.
Did you?
Accidentally.
Yeah, I picked the Storm.
But the Storm nearly came back as
Yeah.
well. It was and great try from Coates,
Oh, he's a freak. isn't he?
AFL style.
Just remind me,
Ronaldo.
remember when Brett Morris scored one in the corner at the Shark Park? when he jumped about 20 foot in the air.
Oh, Ronaldo Molitalo has got a bit of a mouth on him, hasn't he? But
He's an American.
But there you go. There's another one. Was it Pappenhausen at the end? Yeah. The high shot he got. Did you see that?
No.
Okay. Deliberate high shot. Monetary fine. James Fisher Harris. 1 week.
Yeah.
I know which one was worse. I'll tell you. When they all go, oh, there's Andrew Abdo at the Knights game. They went, I said, he's a wanker. I said, he's destroying the game. They go, oh, no, he's doing great. No, he's not. He's just him and the other fucking crocodile. They're destroying the game.
Yep.
Crocodile.
Anyway, Broncos 26 down to the Drag Queens 30.
We almost lost it again.
That was pretty much game of the round. That lead, every time I walked back in, it had changed hands.
Yeah.
That is the best I've seen St George play all year.
Yeah.
And we had a man down.
And still scored.
Scored 2 tries in the middle of that.
And I backed them.
And I'll tell you what, Guffo. Played really well, I thought.
He was inspirational. 2
And-
tries, I think.
But I will say that one player I feel needs to be dropped.
Charles Slade.
No, I thought he played well. I thought he did. Okay, who's playing 5'8" now?
Kyle Flanagan.
Who's playing halfback?
Shit, I can't remember. Lachlan King Togia, the young bloke.
Sloan to 5'8".
You reckon?
I'm not impressed with Flanagan one bit.
There's a.
He's played 5'8" before.
Yeah.
Then he have a bit more free run with the ball.
He's got too much speed on the wing, though.
He's either. I would like to see Gutho at full. At 5'8". Is my pick.
But it's not going to happen.
Sloan at fullback, but I think Sloan will don't know how long Gutho's there for, 2 years, 3 years maximum. Hopefully Sloan learns a lot from him on his way out because
think. I'm not saying it has to be forever, but maybe Kyle going back to reserve grade or cup, whatever you want to call it, might change his whole
attitude.
His dad won't drop him.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
That is the issue, but it needs to be done because realistically, what's he done? Honestly, I could have got in there and done better.
Talking about Lachlan King Togia, I don't know if you actually heard this, but the Knights actually had him in the books, and then he with the what's that cooling off period?
Yeah,
he changed his mind.
Of course, the Dragon said you'll be on the bench this week if you come pull the pin. So they put him on the bench, bang through, last minute. Yeah, Knights should have offered that little bit more.
Yeah.
There you go, back to the Knights trying to get everything for nothing. Well, the whole Dom Young saga.
Yeah.
Apparently they don't want to pay any money for Dom Young. Well, I'm sorry, you got to pay something.
Yep.
Anyway. Yeah, so well done to the Drag Queens.
Yep.
And they got a helping hand. The Broncos. 6 points for that try. A few other things there and there. So, Dragons played against the referee for it as well. So, next one, Raiders 40. No match for the Titans. The Titans were no match to them. Easily 24.
Well, Titans put up a bigger number than I thought they would have.
They did for the first 10 minutes, and that was it.
They went home.
Pretty
disappointing, isn't it?
It was pretty cold down there too.
True. It's only going to get bloody colder too. Next one, I was disappointed. I thought the Tigers would have put up a better fight than that. 22-12.
They were actually the Tigers were very disappointing. They kept dropping the ball a lot in positions where they had good attacking field positions, and they kept dropping the ball.
But that was on paper you have a look at them. They've got a gun side, really. But they're just
Latrell was good. He played well. I know we can all say about it, but he did. He turned up.
But my issue is, okay, what position did he play?
Fullback.
What position has he been picked in for Origin?
Centre.
That's my issue. And what position has he been playing most of the year?
5'8".
How can you be picked in the centre when you've been playing 5'8" fullback?
True.
I know he'll probably come out and play a blinder, but
Well, they've only got him for that 10-minute play That's all it is. It's not for the grind. It's for the star moment. That's all he is.
But a little bit of magic, and then all hail.
But I know Bradman's not there because he's injured. But I'll use him as an example. He'll run all day, and do the meters where Latrell won't. No. So you need to find someone else to fill that hole. Because Latrell gets hurt this game. Who's going to be there for game 2? I know they'll probably put Campbell Graham or something there, but Campbell Graham's not the answer for me. Okay, I'm going to throw a Smokey in there. I don't know if he qualifies, but a bit biased here too. But Paul Alamotti. Where's he about?
It's another kicking talent as well.
There you go. And I know it's another
7.
Imagine the kickoff for the my prime spot for Origin.
But I know too. Also, he's another Penrith player, which doesn't mean shit to me. You're a good player. You're a good player. But to see this bloke when no one wanted him in the NRL, to Panthers taking a chance on him now, he's in my top 5 of the centres in the competition. No, yeah, I'm really impressed with the bloke, to be honest.
Well, when Cleary was out, he stood up.
Well, there you go. So you could probably even, if need to, you could probably fill in the 5'8" role, I think. Yeah, he's a gun to me. Anyway, that was the week that was. And, yeah, we'll take a short break and we'll be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back. And we're not doing show us your tips this week because the way the weather is, I thought we'd let Elliot be. But show us your tips, we'll do our own with their with Teamless Tuesday, and that was brought to you by Extreme Indoor Go-karts this week.
Vroom, vroom.
Meep, meep. How much fun's that, guys?
Speechless.
It's going to be more exciting now that they're quicker.
I think it's for fat asses like me.
And that you're all going to get beaten by a girl.
We're going to have a few different races, so some of us may not race each other because there's too many.
Yep.
But I'll go in and make sure that I'm in everyone's race.
Well, the crew needs to be. We need a crew race for sure.
Yeah, but we always have too many in the crew race as it is.
Yeah, well, there's 6 of us?
Yeah, but there's always the tradition where we had the kids in that in as well. So if we split the crew, we just go on times.
Yeah.
So, but I'll make sure I'm in both crew races. Well, last year I did what?
Well, you did about almost everyone. You almost did everything.
I did about 8 races in a row, but
and you were struggling.
Oh, I love it, but I love it.
Well, you saw the next morning.
Oh, I saw that night. Oh, seriously.
I only wore my nighttime podcast T-shirt, and my shoulder blades and middle of my back ached for 2 weeks.
How do you think I felt? You and the ginger cat jammed me from behind.
Oh,
and loving it.
Oh, but
hey, Shannon, if you're hearing this, he wants you to take him from behind.
Oh no, payback is on. I'm telling you, him and Shannon, they're gonna get there. And I've got a plan up my sleeve. But remember how he said, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna smash it, put you into the wall," and he did. And then that was some qualifying, and then the actual race to win the trophy. What happened? What happened, guys? He got pushed in the wall?
Yep.
And all I hear every day at work, "Oh, you cheated, you pushed me into the wall."
He choked.
Oh, I bet he did. But
Dean come up to me and he says, "We'll get the ginger cat." I said, "Yeah, rightio."
Yeah, I think he asked me to do the same thing. He asked me to do the same thing.
Let's get Dean. I said, "Yeah, rightio." I was eating the sandwich. I couldn't do it either way.
And at the go-karts.
Yeah.
You didn't know what to do, go backwards or forwards.
Oh, but it's so much fun. If you haven't been there, get out there and enjoy it.
Some of the podcasts sent you.
At Warners Bay.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Men and Luke, they'll look after you. Great people. But I'd say probably October-ish, we're going to have our race there because I've got some good word that some Jets players are coming. And there is a Knights player that's going to come too. So can't say too much, but
we'll put them in the wall.
Once we're out of the semis.
Is he going to come to the event or just in general?
Oh yeah, he's seen it, and I talked to him, and he said to me the other day when I sent him the video, he's brilliant. Let's do it. So that's not who you're thinking, but I'll give you a clue.
He plays for the Knights.
Yeah, and He's a forward and he's a...
Yeah, so what you're saying is not Brody Jones,
No.
but someone else.
But all means Brody could come to him. But he's a big,
Leo.
burly, loves his rough nuts.
Last name Thompson?
No, but I'm not saying...
Oh, I know who it is.
Anyway, let's get into it, guys.
I wanna know now.
The Eels and
No,
Bulldogs,
Bulldogs.
Dolphins.
Bulldogs, Dolphins.
Bulldogs,
Thursday.
Dolphins. Sorry, forgot that one. Bulldogs have a few players out here, so
It'll be a good game, hopefully.
yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Versus 14th.
Dolphins have only got one, which is Hammer. So
Could be a
I'm
dog.
going to take the Dolphins.
yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
Well, they've still got a few decent in Kickow.
Well, I think everyone will step up because the main players are out.
This is a toss of the coin, no, to be honest with me. I mean, Hammerside is a huge loss and influence to that team.
What's their speed? It's their attack
Oh, and yeah.
and defence.
I'll still take the Dolphins, I think. Corey.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Dolphins.
Sneezes? I mean, Courtney?
Yeah,
Sorry. I've written the dogs, but I don't know now. I forgot that it was Origin, so I don't know. I might just back the dogs anyway, but
Yeah. Eels and Bin Chickens. Friday night, 8 p.m. No Mitchell Moses, no Para.
no Paradise.
no Zach Lomax either.
I'm going to have to take the Eagles. Sorry, guys.
No problem.
Well,
Don't have
we
to.
know what he's taking.
Look,
I believe Blue
Sea Eagles. If Moses was in, Eels, but Sea Eagles.
Moses, and you got
Lomax.
Lomax out.
Momax.
Lomax makes a huge difference on the Eel side.
Mitchell Moses showed his difference too. Like,
Yeah.
as soon as you played that one game, bang. Yeah. Next, Gary's got me a little counter down there, mate.
I'm going the Eagles.
Sorry, forgot
That's
you.
all right.
Well, that's right, son.
Connie?
Manly.
Manly. Yeah.
Back the other way. There we go.
This one's got to be a hard one for me.
Yeah.
Panthers and Knights. At Bathurst, and we're going. A little road trip. So, yeah, if you see us down there, come say good day, and yeah, we might do a little prize out for the best picture of the week down there as well. So, added extra on top of the normal one.
Yep.
I'm sure we've got some Penrith gear and some Knights gear up there we can rummage up. See, this is my problem. I know Gamble probably better at 5'8" than halfback, personally. But I don't like the chop and the change of Fletcher Sharp back to fullback, back to 5'8", back to fullback, back to 5'8". I know he probably needs to be there because there's no Ponga, but surely God, we've got someone else that could fill that spot and just let him stay in his one position. Time will tell. He might, even better. But, I mean, Penrith have got a fair few out, but they've still got a fair side. I mean, Dane Laurie on his day is as good as, Paul Alamotti, Tago, Casey McLean, Tom Jenkins played good since leaving the Knights.
Guess who's back? Schneider.
Robson.
Yes.
Again. Brady's back.
Luke Garner, Eisenhoff, Mitch Kenny. Like, it's still a decent side there.
Last time they had a few their big players out from injury in Panthers, the lower grade come up and they played played very hard.
The one to watch, or obviously Moses Leota is a gun too, but number 16 for the Panthers, Laurent Patea.
Yeah.
Watch this kid, I'm telling you, he is Moses Leota off Wish, and this kid is coming. He's going to be a gun. This kid, and keep an eye on him. You watch him on the weekend.
One to watch, eh?
100% he is, but. I mean, you look at the Knights too, we've got a fair side. Leo Thompson's back. Dylan Lucas has overcome that injury. I thought he would have been gone for weeks. Seeing him on the sideline on the weekend with that shoulder. Jack Cogger comes back into half of Gamble back to 5'8". McCarthy's in the centres. I don't know about that, seriously. I probably would have left Dylan Lucas in the side. I thought he played pretty well.
He tries hard. He tackles hard.
Yeah, I would have left him in there. Probably promoted Matty Crocker into the second row, maybe, or Thomas Cant, and brought someone else back onto the bench.
They keep Thomas Cant on the bench so much. Same with Brody Jones. Like, get him out more. They put Tommy Cant on, a couple of weeks ago, all night.
He's back to number 17
really
this week.
good.
So then after number 8 can't coach?
Yeah, you'd think they would have left Brody at 17.
17, yeah.
Purely for that.
Mate, it's etched in my memory now.
Well, who's our 18th man?
Don't know.
Where's Hetherington?
Yeah, good point. Maybe it is Jack. Sorry, I didn't print that. But yeah, I'll take the Knights, guys.
Panthers.
Oh, Knights, but not confident.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, this could go either way. If we go down there and go, oh, they're missing all their stars, we got this, we'll get our asses handed to us.
The way the Knights have been playing, I'm going to say Penrith, but I hope the Knights do win.
But the Knights could come out here when they haven't got Ponga and Yaya and click.
Yeah.
Because, this is no disrespect to Ponga, but a lot of the plays directed around Ponga.
Yeah.
Well, there was a period when he re-signed that they stopped playing for a team and they just threw the ball to Ponga and said, you do your thing, and they shut down.
Yeah.
And then when our halves clicked and then they decided to play Ponga 2 off, it went well and we went on a 10-game run. But they didn't want to play with Ponga.
This is the problem. I think that too much of our attack is based around Ponga.
Yeah.
So why do we have halves?
Because we're not using them.
No, that's right.
We don't. Otherwise, we wouldn't change.
Well, that's but the thing is, I've got no problem with a lot of play being done around Ponga. That's cool. But we also need to mix it up as well and let our halves do this stuff.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows what we're doing. Straight away. Like, I even heard on the way in. You could hear it as clear as day. One of the Parramatta boys, get it Ponga. Bang, straight away, the ball went to Ponga and they shut him straight down.
Yeah, very predictable play. The same play all the time.
100%. Corey?
Yeah, look, as I said, I think as much as I would like to see the Knights win, if Penrith will win, but I'll be hoping the Knights do get up, just based on form at the moment.
You reckon he's on the fence, trying to play it safe with me and the crazy lady?
No.
I think he's dead set right, though.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm just trying to be neutral, but you know.
Oh no, he's 100%. But just with this one, I think it's who's hungrier.
Yeah.
Court.
It's a hard one. Like I said, the boys that come up from the lower grade for the Panthers last time, they kicked ass. And as you said, with the Knights, with Ponga, I think he's a bit of a ball hog sometimes, and I think a lot of the boys lean on him way too much. So I'm actually really excited to see Fletcher Sharp play at fullback, so that'll be very interesting to watch. I'm going to back the boys here, the Knights, but I'm not confident in that after the last few weeks we've had, because if those Panthers boys are the same ones we had last time.
They seem to rise for it, don't they?
Yeah.
Why does the graphic in the middle look like a spoon?
It does, but it actually is a locker door. But the next one, Sunday. Actually, that's we missed that. The Roosters up against the Sharks on Saturday. Yeah.
I'm going to take the Sharks.
This is another one that could go either way, I reckon. I don't know. I'm not impressed with the Sharks as a top 8 side yet.
But they've still ground out those wins.
Yes,
they haven't looked
have.
impressive, but they've
still found a way. That's right. I'm going to take the Roosters, and Dom Young's back in.
Playing at Gosford too.
Mark doesn't even fit in the...
No, I'm just going to say he's gunning for the spoon.
I have trouble doing that because everything else fits in perfect, but him.
He's
Mark
moving
Huso?
into the...
Yeah, because can anyone get that name out?
He's moved into
you?
the Sharks team.
Qantas.
Yeah, I can.
No, one of Qantas.
Nawar Quintawasi.
Yeah, that's him.
I'm so impressed by that.
Can you do number 6?
What, for the Roosters?
Yeah.
Sandon Smith.
Oh, yeah, cool. Fair
I hope I
enough.
pronounced that correctly.
Smythe.
I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Anyway,
Sharks.
Gaz?
Sharks.
Mark?
Sharks.
Corey?
Sharks.
I'm going to go the Sharks.
Yes. Next one. I like this one. The Warriors and the Raiders.
We'll get there in a minute. I'm doing left-handed.
It'll be a good game.
Yeah, I just wish Fish was playing. I just feel the Warriors have been robbed from that.
Second versus third.
Yeah. Oh, there's no Barney either, which will make things difficult. I don't like the door, but I reckon the Raiders can do them, man.
They lifted home, the Warriors.
That's the only, yeah. I mean, it's still got a decent side. And,
Top of the Dally M's too.
$1.78
That
against
Metcalf,
$2.07.
Yeah, he's been going well.
Warriors for me over there.
Yep, Warriors.
Oh, yeah, I'm on the fence with this, man. I'm going to have to take a closer look at it. But I'll take the Warriors for now, but I'm liable to change.
Warriors at home.
That's the part that's got me is at home. But I think Fish out, Barney out is a big loss. I know they're not a two-man team, but I'll just take the Warriors.
I'm not convinced with the Warriors for this week, so I'm going to back the Raiders.
I'm a bit like that myself. I'm a bit unsure, but
Bit hard. Hopefully it's a really good game.
and that is our shortened round for this week with all the buys. Speaking of buys, Corey, you've got some.
I have. Yes.
Bye-bye.
So every week we give away 3 or 4 competitions that we run each year. The first week, the first one we got the workplace of the week.
Which is now open to sporting groups as well, because
Yep.
we had people saying that they work for the sporting groups as volunteers. So
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so don't forget to get out there and comment and put your entry in too, so we can nominate you every week.
100%.
So this week's winner is Hayden March from Hunter Wharf Waterproofing and Maintenance, and we probably need him right now.
Yeah, well, let's just say we
Get him to come out here.
we have had a lot of water issues at the studio this week. But
Yeah. Anyway, so our second competition that we run is that lovely 2 fridges from Shadow to Fur Hall. Team of your choice. This week's winners are Paige Bush and Lucy Louise with a lovely photo with Brody Jones.
what can I say? There's a little bit of influence here. I'll tell you, if there's a photo coming through that's something that takes my eye, like good friend Brody, you're gonna get through.
So get out and get out
No
this weekend.
favouritism.
And if you're travelling to Bathurst this weekend or wherever game you're going to, get out there and get on this because there's some great fridges.
It's easy as that. Like the fridges are what, $700-800 each or something.
Yeah.
Like,
And we can't enter.
no.
Yeah.
And the thing is, too, if you win it and you don't want it, eBay.
Yeah. Donate it back to us.
Yeah, donate it back to us.
Anyway, the last of the competitions, we've got that Kraken motorised 49cc Esky that we're about to give away at the end of the year. Can't wait to give that away. And this week's winner is Chris Foster.
And that's
From Foster.
donated by the Schmidt Foundation and the Crazy Lady.
Yes.
So, we did. It's hard to see go. We want to put it together and go for a ride.
And don't forget, guys, the members draw
Yeah, with the members draw for the
memorabilia.
yeah, the signed jersey and that in the table.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna each week. I reckon we'll give a member now. Starting this week, we'll draw a member for that each week. All you got to do is be a member, follow the show. We're gonna draw one out each week, and you go in the draw to win that at the end of the year on a grand final show.
Easy as.
So or you don't even have to enter. You follow the show, you're in the draw to get called out. It's as simple as that. Also, we've got a show coming up, a live show.
Yep. 7th of June.
For young Walter and Cash, his name is, young other fella.
Yep.
So it'll be a live show. There'll be some shenanigans, some ruthlessness.
Live show.
Shaving going on.
Yeah, so don't cut any of that hair for a couple of weeks.
It's already long enough.
That's not what she said.
Can't stand it.
And which eyebrow's going? Or both? All right. Well, honestly,
Wait,
we've met you halfway.
Do that one again.
Yeah.
We've met you halfway and let you do a mohawk rather than a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
So can we just take half of both eyebrows.
Middle half.
Oh,
The
yeah.
inner on one and outer on the other.
Yeah. So like we'll still have them, but we'll just make them smaller.
I think Gaz has got the right idea.
So going from 2
Half
to
of
4.
one on the inner and half on the other on
middle
the
of
outer.
one and
Yours,
the other the
look
other.
at yours, guys. Actually, they're quite bushy.
Yeah, what Gaz said.
Yeah, what's that?
Half of one inside and the outside on the other.
So
I'll
they-
decide on
they
that.
Sorry, mate.
We'll feed him
I'll
some drinks.
decide on the night.
Feed him some drinks, see what we can get out of him.
No thanks.
Yeah, you're driving, Chris.
Yeah, I
Who's
think
driving, Chris?
He's driving up here.
I've seen him driving with a plate.
So if there's anyone out there too that's got any donations that we can auction off, because we're going to have some auction stuff like the Aberglass and Ants have donated a signed framed Melbourne Storm jersey. We've got some stuff coming up as well. We're going to auction some stuff off. Maybe auction a crew member. Oh, yeah, we can auction him off for someone.
What to wish?
$5
That's all I'm going for.
sold.
What to you, Gary?
No, I'm palming you off, buddy.
Oh, I thought you wanted me for $5.
Oh, God.
Someone likes
So-
you.
I'll do a lap dance for you. I'll do a lap dance for you.
So, I know a bloke who likes you, so he offered $10, so I'm $5 in front.
What's his name?
Simon?
Ryan.
Yeah.
Brian. Was he?
Julian.
What is he? Does he bat for that team?
Yeah.
Never you mind.
Julian Kramer.
Oh, fair enough.
Anyway, so if anyone's got anything out there they can donate for us to auction, or you've got enough to donate but you want to throw a couple of bucks in and we can go and buy some memorabilia or something, we'll donate from you and we'll auction off and get double the money. Or even on the night we're going to have it open where you can just donate a couple of bucks because every cent helps and we'll just watch it grow on the night. So it'll be a bit of fun.
Yep.
But that'll be on the 7th from 6 o'clock.
Yep.
So I think that's it.
Pretty much. Yep.
And big shout out to as we're wrapping it up to our new sponsor on board with us too, Pro Mining. Big shout out to you, and we'll have their logo up on the TVs as from next week, hopefully. Yep. And anyone else?
No, that's it. Hopefully we'll have a nice little road trip down to Bathurst.
Yeah, and be safe in this wild weather out there, everyone.
Right.
But, don't forget, we've got some merchandise with the show, so these shirts are available. We've still got a shitload of these, all your sizes. So hit us up the show, or Hip Pocket Workwear also has them shirts that you guys got on, the jackets, big thick jackets, hats, you name it. So jump on, have a look.
Hip pocket.
So thanks.
We
Kev.
rock it.
I said hip pocket.
Yeah, we rock it.
Yeah, I had that song stuck in my head all week last week.
I thought you said you like it.
No, we rock it. I don't know if they actually do that
Hip
anymore.
pocket, you rock it, we...
Yeah, it's on in the mornings.
Yeah.
It's on in the mornings till the moment. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming in.
Pleasure. Every
Mate.
time.
Yeah, thanks for having me again.
Always. You're part of the furniture, mate. Chunky.
Looks like a sofa.
You can carve it, son.
3-seater.
Guys. And Courtney. Big shout out to the Crazy Lady too for everything you do. Adam, Chad, and Sue. And anyone else I've forgotten. Our sponsors. Can't do it without you. Some good stuff coming up that we're working on as well. So can't wait. And keep an eye out for us out in the street. We'll be out in the before you know it. So till next week, guys.
It's all our league.
Thought so. Chris don't hate the dick.
Oh, I bought men with beards.